attention.
Yeah, we were
worked.
just trying to get your attention.
I was
I
taking a
am-
piss.
I am sure that England truly
Neon's
exists.
not back yet either.
Absolutely, 100% does exist.
Are
It is not a figment of your imagination at all.
you okay, Rob?
It's fun to fly over it.
Rob. Rob?
Also, if it is a little much, feel free to let them know. They will cease if you ask, just so you know.
Rob, I
Angry
appreciate you.
chittering.
I am sorry, but those grumbles were adorable.
Don't mind me, but I am just curious about this. How do those do? Oh, okay. That is neat.
All right. Well, we at least have enough people back to proceed a little bit. Because Graham pulled Pluto aside, so even though Neon's not back yet, we can at least do that. So, hello again, everybody, and welcome back to the stream. This is Guild Tales Dungeons and Dragons, Season 2, Episode 31, Part 2. Turtle Talk Time. We're not going to do a recap or such on this. We'll just handle that at the beginning of next episode. So, let's go ahead and proceed. Actually, I guess we can do introductions again. So, Digi, introduce yourself.
I am the storyteller for this game, Guild Tales D&D. I'm in charge of all encounters and NPCs. Next
Rob?
would be Rob.
I am Rob. I am playing Koredan the Artificer.
Cyrus!
That would be me. I am the Circle of Spores Druid and Hunter Ranger. I am
And
an Owlin.
You are also Wostein.
Oh, right. Yes, I am also Wolstein. Apologies.
Player name Wostein, character name Cyrus. We will get the hang of this. Neon
Will
is
we,
not here. Okay, maybe we
here.
won't. Oh, you are. Perfect. Do your intro.
Hi, I'm Neo Nivik, and I am playing the illustrious Lute Tutor, a rabbit dancer, third-party class, by the way, who is currently trying to ingratiate himself back into the party. Back to you, Silver.
Silver is an NPC.
Bark,
Element.
bark.
Silver
Silver
is a very important part of this party. He is Nim's brother and companion.
Yes. But I am next. Hello, everybody.
Yes.
I'm Braharo, and I'm playing Element the Paladin.
The Fox Paladin.
The Fox Paladin. Sorry.
I am Eisen. I'm playing Graham Ashfell, the rabbit war cleric and hexblade warlock.
And I am Zim. I'm playing Nimotar Bonechomp, the noble wolf wizard. Okay, now, Graham and Pluto.
So Graham will look at Pluto, be like, remember whenever I told you that I might need the thing set up?
Yes.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and do that now, because it's almost certainly going to become a problem.
Oh dear. Are you sure?
If it doesn't, it'll be a pleasant surprise.
Right. Let's remain hopeful for the best then.
Yeah.
All right. So, what conditions do you want again? Just to make sure that I get this right.
I guess if I fall to
According to
mana
gesture.
corruption, then
Hold on.
oh, then whatever would be the easiest way to deal with me before I become a massive problem for the city.
Okay, I heard the notification, but I'm not
Jaffer
seeing.
bought thing.
Oh, it was a Humble Bundle thing. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much for that purchase and supporting the channel by using our Humble Bundle partner link, Jaffa. I really wish I could get it to post in the chat when it does it. Anyways, carry on.
Yeah. I suppose I could have a great deal of restraints applied for an
Let's just go for a kill switch, man.
if need be. Because do recall that once someone breaks one of my contracts, the contents themselves don't matter too much. I could just start pulling things out without discretion until you cease to be.
Fair enough. How about we just go with basically not allowed to fall to mana corruption.
Right. If such does happen, I shall do my utmost to stop you. If you start harming civilians, I will be put under an obligation to kill you.
Hopefully,
Despite my personal feelings on the matter.
look, I know it's not exactly an ideal thing, but honestly, as much as I'd love to believe that this party isn't going to drive me to the breaking point, I honestly think that that's not going to happen. So, not terrible people, but regardless, I feel like I need a backup plan, because I don't see a better way.
Well, things do seem to have taken a turn for the better, or at least I'm inclined to believe so, but we'll have to wait and see. So, he will begin scribing the contract.
Graham will very carefully read over all of it and the fine print just to make sure. Not that he doesn't trust Pluto, but he just wants to make sure that it's all up to par. Because no Orzhov would foolishly sign any contract that he's handed.
This doesn't have a lot of fine print to it, actually. More so that Pluto will have to end you as per the agreement if you start harming civilians or innocents.
And Graham shall sign it. He also, partially looking through it, like, he's pretty sure Pluto will be fine, but, like, just in case Pluto falls to corruption, he doesn't want the contract to be, like, abusable if he, like, tries to, prevent Pluto from fully going corruption, since he knows it's kind of a overtime thing.
Right.
Also, I'm sure Eileen has kind of talked to you about this a little bit. I know you've been a little kind of busy kind of coming to terms with the wife and family,
Yes.
but I do hope that you and Eileen can help with the ensemble. And
I
Nim
will-
kind of wanted to make it like basically said that wanted me to agree that I'm literally not allowed to help you guys anymore unless it's a party consensus about what to do, and I agreed to it. So,
Well, I suppose it doesn't hurt to get things out in the air. After all, sometimes listening to the viewpoints of others isn't a bad thing. It's just another opinion,
fair.
or rather, an extra opinion.
Yeah, but you guys know each other the best, and I was just mostly just trying to help along things. I think you guys will be the biggest help to yourselves.
I have seen you running around and engaging with us, and things have seemed to turn for the better. The strange thing was, I didn't really think there was a problem. Sure, I wasn't particularly fond of some things they were doing, such as Greta. Tanya was just how she was, but I suppose if I think about them more as real associates rather than work peers, I could start. I do start to find some faults that I would rather not be there. To that end, it's a bit curious how disconnected you can feel from someone if you just think of them as work friends, I guess. Or, well, not even work friends, just people that you work with.
Oh, I know that feeling.
Just a change of title shifts my feelings towards them and my attention.
But anyways, like I said, I just wanted to make sure this was done, because as far as I'm aware, there is a certain point once our mana grows that we will become susceptible to mana corruption. And quite frankly, I don't really trust my stability, so to speak, to even last past it just getting to that point.
Hmm. I see.
And you know
And
me, I prefer to be prefer to be prepared for things.
you are right. I am also a fan of contingency plans.
And I think this is a pretty decent one, considering if I do go crazy, this should be a relatively quick way, I would hope, to stop a rampage. But I do appreciate it, Pluto.
I'll be looking out for you, one way or another, even if it's just peace of mind.
And this piece of paper gives me a lot of peace of mind, if I'm being honest.
I will be coming back for you if your father does somehow get his claws into you again.
Let's see. Graham will laugh and be like, haha, definitely no way that will ever happen. As he also has a different contingency plan to deal with other things.
Well, alright then.
Alright, we can head back.
And with another snap, they're back.
And I think Graham is gonna check in on what's it? Elena?
Yep.
And see if there's any more progress on her body.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Runcible Card was invited.
Then he'll see if she wants to go talk to Runcible Card together to check on the progress since he's here.
He has a plate stacked with what looks to be well, they look to be fried bread, but they're very plump.
Weird. Like, hi, Runcible Card.
Oh, friend. It's I, Runcible Card. How can I help you?
Well, I was just wanted to check in and see how things are going.
Well, things are going well. Thanks to the research facilities I have that have come into my possession that I can use. I am making great progress. Admittedly, I was a little hesitant, but accelerated growth serums have seemed to have no ill effects that are observable at this point in time. And Rail will start jiggling closer. Did I hear science?
Hello, Raylel.
Oh no. Rusible just like, hello. Oh no, not you.
I feel like that's everyone's reaction to Raylel. Unless Raylel arrives when there's a problem happening, they're just like, oh god, why?
Basically, yes.
Like, if there's a problem, they're like, oh, thank god. But any other time, they're just, oh, please god, no.
So, what do you want? I heard you're talking about science. Yes, I am making a body. Oh? What kind of body? I'm making an otter body for the lady here. Apparently, this is not her body. Well, of course it's not. Her soul doesn't fit in it at all. What?
Oh, jeez.
How can you just... Never mind. I am not going to engage with that. Anyway, it is going very well, and in my projected time frame, it should reach full maturity in about 2 weeks. 2 weeks? Who has time for 2 weeks? Me. I have time for that. Because I don't want any errors. I've already put a substantial amount of funding into this. I really want it to go well. Man, where's your spirit? It's in my body, very safely secured.
Well, that's
Don't
great.
you want to try just a little bit? No, I've done that.
Raylel, I trust the Simic to know this kind of stuff.
Oh, pooh then. Can't I try one thing? No, I will not allow this. But can you stop me? Well, I will try.
Raylel, if you fuck this up for her, I don't know how, but I will find some way to destroy you.
Threat accepted. Good day. Literally vanishes. He's 3 feet to the left. Anyway, I'm going to make a memo to myself to put more security around it because I am very worried now.
I feel like Raylel he's crazy, but I don't think he's that bad.
Right. Speaking of which, my offer to be taller is still on the table. Pluto seems confused, as does Elena. Who is this? Who is this absurd man?
Oh, he's talking to Graham about being taller.
Yep, like Pluto seems very confused. Like, who is this curious man? Who is this?
No, I'm perfectly fine with my size. I can already kind of become bigger.
That's remarkable. That's remarkable.
Maybe not in the way that you would find remarkable.
Then perhaps you would like a life extension formula, perhaps? It has a 75% chance to work.
here's the real question: what happens the other 25% of the time?
You get violently unwell.
I think I'm good.
Well, okay. I'm going to go back to eating this. What is it? There's a little like square next to the platter that says calzone. Calzone. Greta growling from a distance. Calizuna? Calzone!
Anyways, I should go at least thank Nim for the money that he donated to help you, so I'm gonna go do that.
Okay. I'm always here. Run some more card.
And Graham will see if he can't see Nim.
Cyrus is now just sitting with the group, I guess. I don't know.
Nim is sitting next to Cyrus. Or Cyrus, or however you pronounce it, because you have literally pronounced your own name 5,000 different ways.
Really? I only counted 3.
Okay,
The
3 different
pronunciation
ways.
is all of them.
I am very
name.
I am
I
very
go with- I-
particular about saying somebody's name correctly. And yet he pronounces his own name dozens of different, 3 different ways.
To
Well,
be fair, I think it's usually Cyrus.
he's playing a character whose pronunciation of his name changes day to day.
It's more minute to minute.
I
Minutes.
intend on Cyrus, but meh.
Cyrus is fine.
What is it?
I intend on Cyrus, but it
Cyrus?
keeps drifting. Yes.
Okay, Cyrus. Got it.
Hey, Cyrus, are you alright? Just been quiet over there for a while.
I actually wanted to bring something up real quick. I would like to bring Koredan and Cyrus up to date on everything.
Okay.
Koredan has spent this entire time Krei, which
You're
is
going
his
robot.
rations, just in the corner. Oh, piss.
Do we have
Is
Robo
this
Rob
better?
for anyone else?
Yes, I heard
I
it.
heard it.
Is
I-
this better?
It
Yes.
is.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, this is me with Discord in the foreground. Koredan has spent the entire time nibbling on Grey, which is his rations. He's just been. He's not even touched the bountiful spread of food. He's just been nibbling on this Grey block.
I would like explanation on how we would know that.
I
'Cause-
commented it in the stream a couple of times, and I think
Oh,
I commented it in Guild Tales TNT.
I saw it
I did.
in.
I
saw
said it aloud a while ago, but that was before it descended into the shouting match.
Rob,
Yeah.
you wear a mask, or have you taken that off?
He's
He's
got the
slicing
mask up.
into pieces.
I've
And just
explained how he eats. He has voluminous sleeves that he just covers his entire face with it. Just nom.
Okay,
He
so how are we
raises it up, and
seeing?
you just hear munching sounds.
What I think he meant is that you saw the gray block.
You
in his
saw the grey
hand.
block in his hand, and him cut off a slice, and then up to the thing, and there's a crunch. crunch.
Okay,
And then
okay.
it comes back down again and gets another slice.
And the slice is gone.
The slice is no longer there. See, Eisen gets it.
Makes sense.
He's shy about showing himself. He's even more shy with all these random people that he doesn't know.
Okay, can we continue this scene then?
Yeah.
Oh? So, what is Cyrus's response, if any?
Okay. Well, I mean, Rob does bring up a good point. He has been making note of that. And Nim would probably notice that now, especially now that he's kind of focusing on both Cirrus and Koredan. What are you eating? And Nim is sniffing at the block.
Gordon looked down at him and just took to that.
Hold the line. This hamlet shall not fall.
Oh wait, mod duty.
Rygon Plays raided my stream with 7 viewers.
Rygon is right here. Hello there, raiders. Welcome on in, everybody. I am Razim. We do variety gaming here. How was your stream, Rygon? And would you like a random clip from your channel brought up? Or would you like a regular shout out? Wostein?
Huh?
Bree is how a lot of people refer to Umbreon.
Oh, apologies.
Just wanted to make sure you knew that. But anyways, hello there, Rygon. Thank you so much for coming by. And yeah, sorry to hear you're not doing too well. I would be very happy to hang out with you tomorrow. So might not have been a terrible idea to bring you in as an NPC therapist tonight.
Oh,
What do you mean, no?
well, if it is needed, then
Well, no. I think we're past it now, but I
Yeah.
think it could have gone a lot smoother if we had somebody like Rygon here tonight. Anyways, thank you so much for that raid. Welcome on in. I am Razim. We do variety gaming here to all sorts of things. Right now, we are doing Guild Tales Dungeons and Dragons. We also have a lot of other tabletop games, such as the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game that Rygon actually runs on Saturdays and sometimes throughout the week, depending on mood and how much I bully Rygon into doing it. I guess we'll go ahead and go with a regular shout out for Rygon, if I could get one of my mods to do that, please. But I also do other games throughout the week. Recently, I've done a lot of Dwarf Fortress, as well as Power Wash Simulator. There was Hard Space Shipbreaker, and other random games. So yeah. Thank you again for sharing your community. Even if you're not here, I appreciate you so much, Rygon. And I will see you next time I see you. Yeah, I'm sure he needs his rest, and that is a-okay. Yeah, no clip, just because we didn't get permission for that, so just a regular shout-out. And now back to the game. So, what are you eating?
Koredan?
Rob.
I muted myself so I could type clip Rygon with or so Rygon and forgot to unmute. Koredan just tilts his head and holds out the waxy, scentless block for Nim to snuffle at, and just goes, "Grey." They are
I'm eating
standard
the color
rations.
gray.
Yeah.
Literally eating the color gray.
Well, I get the feeling that it actually is supposed to be called somewhere else, but the people that he got it from just called it grey because it was what it looked like and it's how they made them. It made them feel eating it, so they called it grey.
Fair.
Just sniffing at it, Nim is already wrinkling his nose. He is going to give it an experimental lick.
It tastes kind of like
Like
rubber.
gray.
There's this bland. It kind of tastes not even like sterile. It just tastes. Eh.
Eh.
Oh, without flavor.
It tastes like disappointing sadness.
Nim is going to bat that out of Koredan's hands. That is no. That cannot be healthy for you. There's food here.
It contains all the nutrients necessary. It is standard rations.
That is not rations. That is not food. That is no.
It keeps for decades.
I will bite your hand off if I see you trying to eat that again.
May I try a bite?
It's on the ground now, but sure. Well, maybe on the table.
Well, it's
Koredan brings out
think of
another
it like
brick of gray.
I don't know. Think of it like a block of butter. It's like I actually wrapped in. I mean, it is like the consistency of wax. It's kind of you can cut it into slices, but it is wrapped so like only the end of it is exposed. And Koredan just scoops it up off the ground, shaves off the slice that was exposed, and just tucks it away into his robes and cuts off another slice of grey and hands it over to Sirius.
The heck is that? I
No
haven't eaten it.
idea, and I am curious. Take one
Standard
bite.
rations.
Somehow, whenever you bite into it, you taste depression.
No, this isn't too bad.
It
I
contains all
imagine it
necessary
kinda-
nutrients, fiber. It is everything a meal has to be.
No. A meal
Edible.
has to be full of life. That is just survival. That is not
You
a
have
meal.
been to my homeland.
And now you are here
This
in
is
my
edible and reliable.
Nim is going to look around on the table and push.
If stored in a
a
cool place,
plate.
it can last for centuries.
Nim is just going
As
to
is,
push
it can last for decades.
one of the platters over towards Koredan. I don't care what it can do or how long it can last. That is not food.
Koredan almost sadly just wraps it up and stores it away again.
Try this. He pushes over a platter with meat on it.
Koredan's like, too much flavor. Ah!
Well, I harken ye back to the first episode I joined where he liked the super sour drink of lemonade.
Nim will find something with flavor that Koredan likes.
He
More
will.
things.
He is more than happy to cook worms for Krei. He's happy to cook rocks for frickin' Malt. He will find something that Koredan will like that will have actual life and flavor to it. And he will literally bite your hand off if he sees you eating that stuff again.
Didn't you literally say you wouldn't do something like that? People are like, have their own
He
taste.
said he said he would. There is a difference here.
The difference is this isn't mayonnaise on eggs. Oh wait, no,
People
that's
The
can have
difference,
their
this
own
is
taste.
effectively Koredan liking MREs.
MREs have more taste than what you're describing.
I'm meaning like World War One, like hardtack or something.
Those still have more taste than what you're describing.
I can actually
Yeah.
show you the MRE this thing's a reference to, and it's literally like a bar of soap.
Celery, mate.
Yeah, that you can like chew into if you have to, but how you're supposed to is you're supposed to melt it into soup.
Yeah. I'm honestly thinking of this a mix of that or possibly corpse starch from 40k. This is just kind of the baseline. You can survive on it, but there's a reason it will last for centuries because it will take that long to convince people to eat it.
There is a difference. Nim is okay with people not liking meat or liking mayonnaise on eggs. Which actually, I personally think that sounds kind of interesting and might try it at some
No.
point.
No.
If mayonnaise can work on an egg sandwich, it can work on eggs.
I gotta say, mayonnaise is literally made with eggs.
I know, but it doesn't.
The
textures do not work.
I might try it anyways at some point. But it is still an entirely different situation from literal nothing.
Tastes like Grey.
What you're describing makes
Koredan does not
granola bar
understand
look like
why
a
it's called
fucking
Grey.
5-star feast.
Koredan was never told why it's called Grey. That's how the people would like describe it.
And Nim is not going to let Koredan suffer with that any longer.
Is anyone going to?
I mean, he's not suffering, but I guess he may just not understand actual good food, which is another problem.
As far as Nim is concerned, this is suffering. What are you saying, Neon?
Is someone going to explain to Nim that there's actually a lot of arteries in the general hand area, and if he bites off his hand, it could literally kill him within seconds?
I mean, Koredan is also wearing full armor at all times.
Nim, I think as much as Nick will probably.
If Nim can bite through steel, that's quite impressive.
I think Nim have been being facetious.
No, Nim was making a legitimate threat.
Yeah, he said literally.
This is a difference here.
But also, Neon, I'm not sure Koredan has arteries. We've not quite worked out what Koredan... Even as the player of Koredan, I've not quite worked out what Koredan is.
What?
Either way, this is not the same as just biting somebody for calling him a dog. This is different because he has given full and valid warning.
The warning is valid, but the reason is not.
It's a step in the right direction at the least.
Yes. Graham would be like, good, that's good, but there's still some things you're still not allowed to do that for.
Yeah, Lute's going to notice this conversation from afar because obviously
you said
he's
Lute
sitting
was
alone. Lute's sitting alone, far away, and he sees this conversation from afar, and the fact that you're threatening someone, and he like goes over to your mentor or whoever that is, the Azeros, the Azorius.
The Azorius moth.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah,
Yep.
you might want to intervene here before he bites someone's hands off for
Oh my.
liking Legos.
All right. Nim, I have not seen a need to intervene yet. However, inflicting grievous harm on someone due to a personal opinion, such as what you're about to do, is technically against the law.
I am not
Okay.
going to do that unless he tries to eat this.
He is free to consume whatever he pleases.
I am
Everyone
not going
has
to
their
let a
own-
friend eat poison.
It's
he
not
has a
poisonous.
different biology than you do, Nim.
This is poison for the soul.
Sirius continues nibbling on theirs.
Then he is an undead, and it doesn't matter what he eats.
Oh, you do make a good point. Are you undead?
I don't think he knows.
No, I am not undead.
Oh,
Okay, so it is suicide for the soul.
how long have you been eating this, Sir Koredan?
Koredan has to actually stop and think for quite a while.
Have you noticed any ill effects?
How old did that make him? I can't remember.
He can't even remember how old he is. He has very little emotion.
time
He is
had-
just existing.
Hang on, since I remember. Hang on.
He is
Jesus,
just
gotta look at
existing.
30.
It's already done. But I can fix it. I can revive him.
30 odd
Need
cycles,
not
maybe?
do that.
40?
However, if you do bring him to harm rather than just convincing him, I will have to stop you.
Fine. I will not
I've
bite
been
his
eating
hand
this
off.
for a while.
Fine. Try this.
30, 40 odd cycles.
Try this.
40 odd cycles? What does that mean?
Graham will probably arrive at this point.
Time
oh,
is
hi,
difficult to
Nim.
track in my world.
I'm
I
not
see.
letting my friend continue to commit spiritual suicide with this.
Soul suicide.
What's
Don't find
going
all
on
of this
now?
is genuinely amusing.
Graham is just gonna be like, what's going on here?
Nim
He
has
is-
taken offense to my rations.
Nim,
It's nothing worse than what the Golgari produce. Well, okay. It's actually a little better.
Koredan,
I'm not so sure about that.
Koredan, I remember you trying out one of those drinks in that lemonade party we were at, so you are capable of eating something other than those, right? Why don't you try what name is? Just to appease him for a moment.
Because I cannot answer questions and consume food at the same time.
Okay, you're right. Okay, I will be quiet. Here you go. You try it. And Nim is leaning forward very intensely.
Koredan is going to put his rations back under his armor, safely out of snatching range.
What's on that plate?
Graham is just gonna butt in
I
here.
guess this
You also can't steal from him just because you don't like it.
Because no one said what's on the plate, I'm going to make it up. It's calamari.
No, I said it was some form
he
of
said it was
meat,
meat
not
of
fish.
some sort.
Oh. It's steak tartare.
Koredan's going to look a little bit awkward as he reaches for the plate with one hand and the other kind of adjusts his mask so he could eat under it. You kind of hear a chittering, crunchy
I'm just going to say it's probably something like a nice roast turkey.
Okay.
Mmm. That
Out
sounds
of
delicious.
character, that sounds really nice. In
Delicious.
character, it's warm.
And
Nim
not the
is-
Coming from
texture
the
of
fucking
rubber.
game.
Nim is not moving at all. He is just staring, hanging like halfway over the table, eyes trained directly on Koredan.
Unfortunately, his face is hidden by his sleeve.
Yeah.
Yes, but
The anticipation is killing him.
It's warm. That's interesting. It's hard to find hot food normally. Waste of energy. It is edible. Contains certain nutrients. It is adequate. He's really struggling with such intense gaze on him.
Koredan, let me ask.
do
Koredan,
you...
let me ask you.
Nim will let...
There's a faint There's a faint nervous chittering from under the hood.
Koredan, let me ask you a question. Does it taste different from the rations you were eating just a moment ago?
It tastes.
Does it taste different from the ration? Like, is it?
He
something
just answered
different?
your question. It tastes.
Taste.
He's literally saying this food has taste, and what he was eating before does not.
Grey does have pretty much no taste and no scent to it.
Oh, okay.
It is like a block of wax, but
Okay, I get it.
grey and depressing.
Okay,
Krei
I
is
get
like Koredan as a food.
Oh.
Okay.
Wow!
A
Right
vague-
after I said it's grey, it has no taste, it has no scent. It's like Koredan. Thanks, Neon.
Oh yeah, well, what is Koredan?
We don't know.
He's just a gray blob.
Exotic and interesting.
Okay. He's just a vague grayish blob.
I don't know. I feel like Grey by
Well, I
definition
did
of
ask
how
a while
strange
ago
it
what the
is
party thought of
exotic
him.
and interesting.
Okay.
So Nim
Okay,
is
so-
going to...
He's exotic and interesting underneath the robes and the armor that he never lets anyone see under.
Yeah.
Nim is going to just be staring still and be like, yes, it does taste compared to that. Do you like it? Or shall we get you a different flavor?
Flavor is the sensations it gives from eating.
It is that
Yes.
taste. Like you just said, that is the there are many different tastes. That is the flavor, you know? Like Element said you drank stuff at the lemonade party. Did you like any of those? Hello?
Silence is deafening.
No, sorry about that. I got a delivery. And I
see.
muted.
Ah.
What was the question? Sorry, can we rewind?
He was asking if there was anything you liked at the lemonade party.
The sharp one. It was quite nice.
Sharp
To be fair, Koredan only drank one lemonade, and it was the one that everyone else hated.
This extra sour one, right?
The super sour one, yeah.
The citric acid edition one.
Okay, I can work with this. You like really sour
It
stuff.
fizzled. It
I can work
fizzled.
with this. I can work with this.
It
Nim
might
is
have
going to
been,
look
actually.
around the banquet table, looking for different things. And he's going to go grab a salad and look for some heavy vinegar type dressing. Or at least the ingredients to whip one up.
Graham will interrupt Nim momentarily, like, Nim, regarding the ensemble, I wanted to thank you for helping me out with Elena's issue.
Huh? What? Who? Huh? Oh,
Elena,
yeah.
you know, the ensemble member that you actually like, the one that you donated a bunch of money to.
Oh, I like most of them.
I meant the one that was helping you out, you know, Elena, the Healy one.
Yeah, I know Elena.
Yes.
He's trying to thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. That was just what you do, though.
And Graham is just trying to thank you. Come on, come on, Nick. Don't be insensitive. Graham is trying to be nice.
Well, yeah, you're welcome. Nim is just
And with
confused
that,
by this. To him, it's just like, well, yeah, that's just what you do.
That was Tuesday.
I mean, wait, does Nim don't understand thanking somebody for doing something nice, though?
He understands thanking, just not quite to that degree.
I guess that makes sense. Fair enough.
Graham is going to leave.
But yeah, you're welcome. I'm happy to help. Now, I need to find... Greta! I need more vinegar!
Coming. And she'll come on over with a small-ish bottle, about 16 ounces, and a gallon jar.
And I mean, is going to head towards Graham before he leaves. He just want to ask you, are you okay?
Service tags
In
along.
what regard, Element?
Yeah. It sent you that name kind of didn't seem to understand you when you were trying to thank him, right?
It's a thing I expect from Nim at this point.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult to understand how his mind works, but I mean, he thanked you in return. I mean, he said you're welcome, at the very least. I don't think he's trying to insult you. I think he might legitimately be confused himself.
You also interrupted while he was wanting to share flavor with someone. He's very passionate about his cooking.
Yes, Graham understands that.
Yeah, you know how one-track mind he is. He's really trying to get Koredan to eat something because apparently he eats something that has no taste. And that's just something unforgivable to Nim. He's just not thinking about other stuff right now.
Yeah, it's whatever.
It's okay. I just wanted to talk to you about it because, well, since we are trying to be better as a group, I want to make sure that you're feeling well.
especially as you're quite absent from things, so it does weigh a little harder to keep up with it.
Yeah, you're. I understand why you've been absent, but you have been absent, so it is kind of difficult to keep up with how you're feeling and what is on your mind. That's all I wanted to say. If you want to leave, I understand. I understand if you do. Just saying, there's still plenty to enjoy in this.
I would remind everyone out of character, which you guys probably would remember, is that Malt still had stuff he wanted to talk to us about.
Indeed.
Yeah. But he can wait. This is basically like recharge time.
Yeah.
He can come up to me anytime. I'm by myself.
Yeah, Graham isn't leaving, but he's just like, yeah.
Walking away from the situation for a
Yeah.
moment. Yeah, and I mean just wanted to hear him to speak with him for a moment.
So Nim is meanwhile basically making like a salt and vinegar dressing to go with salad.
Vinaigrette?
Yeah, a vinaigrette dressing, yes, but that's basically the flavor that he's creating here.
There's much vinegar.
There's a few other flavors in there that he's putting in, but you know, garlic, a couple of other random things. So it's not just like salt and vinegar chip type flavor, but that's the general gist of what he's going for. And once he's done, he's going to bring it back to Koredan. Okay, try this.
And this is...
It's salad, but I made a special dressing that hopefully you'll like.
plant matter.
Yeah, technically.
He's going to just thoroughly scrutinize it because most of the plants where he's from aren't exactly edible anymore.
What's wrong with it?
You saw the forest of my home. Most plant matter there is not good to be near, let alone consume.
Oh. Well, I will be honest, I don't know what you can and cannot eat. I don't know if plant stuff in general is safe for you, but here it is safe for us. And if not, I can try this on something else.
If it is safe for you, then it should be safe for me.
Okay, cool.
I'm not burning holding it, so.
Do you normally burn just?
He does not explain further. He just sleeve up to hood. Crunch, 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 crunch. Crunch, 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 crunch.
And he's eating pudding.
He's eating salad dressing with.
I know. I was just making a joke that like somehow he would be eating pudding and he'd somehow still like it'd still be going crunch, 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 crunch.
Somehow.
I mean,
Mandibles.
He chitters when he laughs. There is something going crunch, 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 crunch. This is good. I can taste this.
Nim literally lets out a howl of excitement and is bouncing around a bit.
It is strong enough for me to taste it.
Nah. Koredan literally has a stunted sense of taste. The meat tasted, and the Krei doesn't taste like anything. It's just really sour stuff that tastes strong.
It's really, really strong flavors that are actually sharp that he can actually taste.
Yeah, that's what that's what I imagine.
And is it better or worse than your rations?
Rations. It contains fewer nutrients, but it is nice. It is pleasant to consume.
See? That's what a meal is supposed to be.
But it does not contain all of the all that would be needed for a full meal.
Well, of course not. But you're not supposed to get all of your nutrients and stuff from just one thing. You've got the salad, you've got the main dish, you've got some sides. You kind of fill up on a bunch of different things, and that's how you get your full nutrients.
That sounds like it would take an awful lot of time.
Do you have somewhere you need to be right now?
Not here, no.
Precisely.
Time is not a luxury I am used to having.
And I will help you get to... and I will help you get to that point where you can relax and just enjoy it.
My thanks to you, Nim.
Like right now, the whole point is for us to all just sit here, relax, have a good time, unwind, etc. And you can't be having a good time if you're eating that.
Krei.
Is Nim more disappointed?
Nim doesn't
that
want to give it a name.
He doesn't want to acknowledge it exists, period. Let alone give it a name.
Even if the name is as depressing as Krei.
Even then, he does.
I like how this thing is basically like Wolfstein's like laughs in Goodberry. It's like, you know what? That's right. The Krei is basically a Goodberry that tastes of nothing. It has the worst texture ever.
They do specify that Goodberry tastes good, so
it's a good berry. It's
like I said, this is like a
you
good
can
berry
at least
that was like
you can
processed
at least chew
to be
on Krei.
bland.
It's like both soft and hard wax at the same time. But yes, it tastes of bland.
I think I know what Lute's going to do on his own. So, DG.
Yes.
Have you ever watched Oliver Twist?
I believe I have.
You know the end where Nancy gets everyone to start singing and dancing?
Yes,
Yeah, Lute's going to do that. He's going to try to create a contagious song and dance for everyone.
I see.
And turn
Koredan
it
is going to
into-
be confused.
Gonna turn it into a ruckus. Through his amazing performance skill that he totally has.
All right.
Oh my god. Well, it's at least a 21, so
Like
Plus
it's
13. Wow.
that's expertise.
no, that's not
Like-
expertise. I can add expertise onto that at a certain level.
Oh, that's right. Those are your special dancer skills.
Yeah.
I would like to say a good multiplier doesn't necessarily mean you'll have a good roll. Just look at Graham, and any time he tries to roll intimidation.
Yeah.
Are
Definitely
correct.
auto success against Cirrus.
So, Papa, I can't sing the song because copyright.
Yep.
A
I
nice
mean-
bar song.
I mean, you are getting some attention, and the clown, Runcible, and a few others are coming over to join you, such as 2 very large armor-clad rats.
Perfect. I have to spread this throughout the whole gathering. Because otherwise I'm just
Golgotha
here.
looks very confused, but like, I guess. Well, I guess everyone's good at something.
And I take out my violin too, so there's music. Wait, no, I can play the violin. I don't have a violin.
Oh.
Never mind. So I just sing. in
Koredan sees the 2 familiar guards and just moves away from them.
You don't want to get you don't want to get classified.
I don't want to.
again.
I don't want to get stabbed at again.
You don't want to get classified as laundry.
Nope, it was probably the stabbing, or rather, brandishing of weapons
Yes.
in his general direction.
So yeah, that's Lute's attempt to make the party better, and that's all he can do right now.
Indeed, quite. I mean, some people are joining. There's this child that was under the table for the longest time that you didn't know was there, but okay.
No,
You
I
see-
have to spread it through the whole. I have to spread it through
Actually,
the whole
that's a
engagement.
good question. Did Floor Grandma steal this child's mother or any parental guardian when she kidnapped him?
She just sent him a letter with a place. She didn't do anything. He lives in the Silesia.
I still feel like his mother should be around somewhere, man.
Unless he just decided to go off on his own like he's done before.
I mean,
I
does he have a
know.
mother? That's the other question. Does he actually have a parental guardian?
You'll have
Yes.
to.
Nim took him home.
He did. He does.
Oh, okay.
So I don't spread it throughout the whole group.
I mean, you are
You-
seen and heard. It is good, but very few people are dancing along, like the child and the clown, the 2 rat guards, and it looks like some other people are considering it.
You
Most
have made
most
a
people are just
conundrum.
enjoying.
You have created a conundrum for Nim.
On one hand, he wants to dance. On the other hand, it's Lute's dance.
It's literally part of his oaths that he still keeps from being a paladin.
Is part of his oath dancing? What?
Oh, yes,
encouraging thing. His oath was oath of the ancients.
Remind me.
I want to look up the exact wording.
Fair enough.
But
Yeah.
well, I mean, he literally was keeping to his oath with insisting on Koredan eating other food.
Yeah.
One of his things is be the light, be a glorious beacon for all who live in despair. Let the light of your joy and courage shine forth in all your deeds. But preserve your own light. Delight in song and laughter, in beauty and art. If you allow the light to die in your own heart, you can't preserve it in the world.
I'm going to make him fall.
No, technically it does. Technically, it does not say he has to participate.
No.
But
Yeah,
nor can he shut it down. And he is enjoying it at the least, but he's not going to participate.
Fair.
He can't tell you to stop, and he's also not allowed to hate it on the basis of where it comes from.
Yeah.
Name's tail is just wagging to the beat of the music, probably.
This is probably one of the better things that Koredan could do.
You mean Lute?
That's right.
I was about to say, what's
I meant, Lute.
Koredan doing now?
I meant Lute.
Raylil is leaning very close to Lute, saying, I think I could get one more person to join your little shindig here, if you're so inclined.
Let's bring him over.
He's looking over to Malt.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Yes. We will bring the dance over to Malt.
I mean, he's listening, but he's like
Malt
very...
has to do the what is it, the brush what is it called?
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about, Dusty.
I posted what he's probably gonna start doing if Raylil gets involved in the chat room.
Is it the Torbrush Mambo?
Ah, that also. I hadn't thought about that one.
Yeah. So I get all the dancers and the singers to like back it up with like a cool dance move that I just teach them on the spot towards Malt. And to like try to goad him into dancing.
Just skip to second 13. For those
What?
that objected.
Roll it again?
No.
I like that. That is actually adorable.
Indeed, I do like that one.
Rondus calls him as dancing with the crabs.
Well, then. Raylil casts on Malt and says, "You won't be out of tune now." Would you like to roll persuasion, Lute?
See if I can persuade him to dance?
Yes.
Is that a pangolin in the video, by the way?
I have no idea.
It does look like a pangolin.
Oh my god. What does 15 do it?
Considering he was kind of waffling if he would or not, yes. That would do it as he starts just like going with it. And his moves are faster than they would normally be, so he's a bit more confident in it. However, the ground is very much shaking now.
I changed the dance to do jumps when he shakes the ground, so everyone gets height.
Oh, okay.
Oh goodness.
Greta
is
is
like-
in a panic trying to secure the table. And all of its contents.
Lute's a very skilled dancer and has destroyed the party.
Rondus
I
calls
mean,
and wants you to
no
go
thought
on an
would be
adventure.
fair,
Follow the adventure
okay?
line TM.
Cirrus is helping Greta as best possible. Tremors are not unfamiliar to Cirrus.
Greta yells at Rayla to do something. He makes all the tables go 2 inches off the ground without being affected by the quake.
Do a backflip onto Malt, and we do a power move together.
How?
I don't think that
He lowers his
Malt can
head.
do
He lowers his head. Lute jumps 15 feet in the air.
15
lands
feet
on-
would not land on his head, even if he lowered his head.
Really?
He is
He is
I'd have
very,
to
very
again, but
big.
He
he's
makes
like 36
multiple.
feet
He
tall.
makes multiple 15-foot jumps
How?
to get onto his head.
What,
have
double
it-
jump? Do you have double jump?
I jump onto a part of him, and then I jump again, and then I jump again.
And then
He's just
Lute
left-
winds up inside of Malt's mouth and gets swallowed immediately the first jump.
Well,
Oh,
we'll
no.
see. That's why I'm rolling acrobatics.
No, don't roll. Okay, it didn't get enough one.
That was almost terrible.
Because I noticed that he's kind of destroying, so we'll just finish off with one big cool move to make everyone clap for both of us. So jump onto his head, and then I pirouette down to the ground and get hurt by the amount of feet I'd have to do to jump down.
Oh.
It is quite the distance. As
Okay.
that I believe that would be equivalent to a 35-foot fall.
Okay, give me the 3d6 damage.
All right, I'd have to look at the ruling again.
1d6 per 10 feet.
Oh, then just 3. Hey, low roll. Only 9 damage. Your ankles hurt.
Taking a lot of damage this.
Hey, nine damage is enough to kill a level 1 magic casting adventurer. That's it. That's like practically a broken leg.
Yeah.
That
or severe, or at least like a dislocated something.
And then Luke goes, "Everyone clap for Malt."
I mean, there is applause. One because hey, that was a good flip, and others, hey, you got the malt dancing. How about that? That's not something you see every day. Something that large just shaking it.
Oh, that's exactly what I was thinking about, Eisen. Torprush Mambo. Wait, what? The speedo is blocked?
Doesn't show in the mini player. Is okay.
Oh, yeah, it's blocked.
Oh, okay. It's blocked in Discord itself, apparently, but you can watch it on YouTube still.
Oh, cool.
Weird.
Except I feel like
when you're
instead of a
setting
brush,
up,
it just be the.
when you're setting up a video, you can actually specify for it to not be available for embedding anywhere. Some people do that to because ads don't really work if it's embedded elsewhere.
Ah, Fair.
Plus, they lose out on metrics and such.
Fair.
Very few people implement that, mostly because it's a little bit of a hassle to go and set that up, but because you have to do it per video.
Fair.
But yeah.
Fair. Thanks for the explanation.
In line with what Graham said.
But I feel like instead of a brush, like the sounds would come from like the trees and stuff that are on Malt's back.
Also, enemy is going to clap.
One singular clap.
Many other people are also clapping as Raylal brings the tables back to the ground.
I try clapping more, but my mic only got a single clap.
Man. So, how's everyone feeling now?
I am
Malt seems embarrassed.
I am feeling well.
Great. Anyway, I suppose we should get back to it then.
Yes, let's get this over with.
Maybe we should have the rest more private.
Well, actually, I was thinking about going forward, ways to go forward and actually get recognition from the guild.
Huh? What do you-
As it stands, you don't really actually have any official backing.
Despite my efforts.
Yes. So, I was thinking about steps that could be taken to rectify that issue.
Nim's confused, but just listening.
Pluto would lean over and say, "No guild is willing to sponsor or recognize your group as official."
Basically,
Is Borby here, by the way?
Who is Orby? What?
You don't remember Borby?
Oh,
Or
Gimas.
he is not.
Here,
I don't think Mob would invite one of the guild leaders for this.
Graham will look at Nim and be like, "Malt wants us to wants to discuss ways for us to get authority in the guild. So let's say, remember part of the issue why we couldn't do anything to Rayla was because of his rank. Well, if we had backing from enough of the guilds, we could potentially do something to someone of a high ranking in a guild if we had, like, say, proof that they were a seeker or something else along that line."
Oh, well then yeah, let's do it.
Alright. For starters, I do believe your group will need a name.
A name.
Yes. Something so that people can identify you as a unit. A cohesive group.
Deke_s are cheered with 1,000 eggy bitties. Now's the chance.
Ooh.
Strike them down, Zim. While they're confused.
I mean, I was the one confused, but okay. I'm striking down Lute.
What?
oh, yeah.
Oh,
Thank you
no.
so much for those biddies, Deke.
Oh.
Did.
I am having a good time here.
You know, I think I could convince Borby to back us.
He Considering that the rule do not operate in the city to begin with, I don't know how much that would change things.
Well, for a name, Battle Chef Brigade.
No.
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 Wait, why does Lute get a vote?
I don't know why I'm here, actually. But that name was so bad, it gave me a vote.
Oh,
Wow.
I see.
Bold words for someone so close.
I mean, it's more innocuous, at least. I'm not sure how many of them are chefs. Just at least Nim is.
I am definitely not a chef.
I am not a chef either.
Courtier.
No, you might have been right the first time around.
No, we will call ourselves NFT, not fully there. Oh God! Apparently, I have struck a few of them down with that.
Nim, you caused literal damage to your party.
Why did you do that?
Because it was great, even if it's stealing my acronym. But I don't own that acronym, so it's all good.
No, don't go, Deke. You told me to strike them down, so I struck them down. Unintentionally, but...
I knew it. The group was evil.
What about the Marten Munchers?
What? The Marten?
Marten Munchers.
No.
Because you all have
We
Marten.
don't munch Martins.
We don't. What?
Like,
That got him... Yeah, that went straight to Pit of Death.
I see.
I had to remove him for that.
Oh,
Understandable.
understandable. I am having a good time.
Have you learned your lesson, Neon?
No, I meant we have Martens and we munch other people.
That doesn't make sense.
No, that doesn't make sense.
We're not Martins. Or they're not Martins.
Well, the tigers aren't actual tigers.
Who are the tigers?
What?
The guild group, the tigers. You haven't met them?
No.
But they're really famous.
Obviously not.
I'm waiting for the pun. Where is the pun?
There's no pun. There's a canonical group I just made up.
All right.
Oh, you want to be like that then, eh?
Well, this is the end. No.
I know. We'll give a new purpose to the name of something terrible. Will be the Grey Guild.
We are the amalgamate of all guilds.
Graham will be like, you know what?
Amalgam.
Despite how dumb your reasoning is for that,
It does kind of work.
that might be the most appropriate name, strangely.
As long as
Actually-
you know they'll call us the Gray.
Like, we're not really bound by the, like, kind of like saying, like, we're not really bound by the guilds. We're the gray area between them.
You know that actually makes sense. I actually like that.
Yeah.
That train
I
of
like
thought.
that reasoning. Yeah.
We're also colorless.
Speak for yourself.
out of character, yes, colorless mana is why I'm like, you know what? That's actually a really good name for the group.
Out of character, I was thinking along those lines. In character, that is Nim's reasoning.
Yeah, I know. That's why Graham was like, you know what? You have a really dumb reason for wanting to name it that, but strangely enough, it kind of works.
I am inclined to agree. Actually, yes, I like that. What about the rest of you?
Well, I mean, I'm the one that
Koredan's just kind of
suggested it,
watching
so...
its stupefied orders, like, okay. So
The-
you
the
don't
Grey
like
Guild.
Grey, but you're going to use the name.
I could
That does not...
probably-
That stuff does not exist anymore.
I could probably sell the Orisov on this name.
But it does.
Not anymore.
I
Look.
have 20 rations worth.
Nim may have an issue with your food, but that's not really necessarily the reason why we're. See, each mana also has a color representation, so gray being a color kind of between all the you know, it's just kind of like a very neutral middle ground color, which is why, again, it kind of works.
Yes,
But again, not for the reason why Nim is trying to repurpose the name of your food so he can pretend like it doesn't exist. That's a dumb reason to name the Grey. But if you think
I-
about it, it works.
I agree. I agree with what you're trying to say. Just try to say it in fewer words. I
You're all
understand.
one big gray area.
Yes, exactly.
I still can't decide if you're evil or good.
We're not evil, Cyrus. What the hell?
I don't know. I haven't seen you guys do anything particular
going-
yet.
We're going to address that in a bit.
Cyrus
So-
immediately goes invisible and moves again.
Nim is sniffing him out.
Does your camouflage obscure your scent? Now that I think about it, because if it doesn't, Nin can still sign you.
Yeah, but he can't find his
Oh.
exact position with smell alone.
Yeah,
He'd just
Yeah.
be like, he's here.
smell
Yeah.
isn't a precise. What's it called?
He can get a direction.
Yeah.
Either way, Cyrus takes note of this and takes up higher invisibility. The scent is now absent. This is not standard invisibility.
This is just not your regular invisibility. This is advanced invisibility.
This is M&S visibility. Invisibility. Invisibility.
In fact, Graham would recognize it.
Yes.
Anyways, let's get back on track.
Ooh, biscuits.
I don't have a vote, so I can't vote on your name.
So it sounds like we've agreed on the Grey Guild.
Well, we're not really a guild.
Just the gray sounds fine.
Koredan hands over a tiny piece of grey to Element behind Nim's back.
I sense a disturbance in the force.
He was curious about it before.
Element was curious about it. He's actually going to taste it.
I like to imagine that your 20 rations worth of gray is just a single brick of it.
That's appropriate.
You still get that, or is it like limited?
I don't
It
think
would
you
be
can get
limited
it
at this point.
There
unless
would be
Nim
more
takes
left
him.
in the workshop, but I felt no need to grab more of it, as I already had enough.
Unless Nim takes him back to his old world, and I think at this point Nim will be like, I'll take you back, but I refuse to let you bring any more Krei back."
Anyways, focusing.
What are we focusing on? Nothing's happening.
Digi, you there?
Yes, I am here.
Okay.
I just want to let it run its course.
Have some
So-
control. We spoke about this.
Okay.
So
There was
no
no
need for
fighting though.
invisibility.
Everyone was having a good time. Everyone. Anyway. So it's a Grey Guild then.
Yes.
Graham will just be like, "Kid, we're not really a guild."
Why not?
Well, this doesn't have to be the final name. I just want you to have something in mind going forward.
It's a good
Second, what is the purpose of your group?
stop
Save
seekers.
Ravnica.
Save Ravnica by stopping the seekers, to be exact.
All right. So
Well, there could be other
then-
threats too, but
True,
Great
I guess.
thought.
I think that yes, we can do other things. We can save the city from other things, but I think for our purposes, what we're trying to do as a group as a whole is essentially stop the Seekers.
all right.
Yeah.
Are you planning for your group to be long term?
Yes.
Graham will just kind of shrug. Like, at least until the Seekers are dealt with. Outside of that, I'm
I
not
see.
really sure.
What relationship do you want to have with the guilds?
cooperation and friendship.
All right then. I would recommend presenting yourselves then as a neutral party with no guild bias, but open to alliances. Matter of fact, I believe it would be pretty easy to make about 3 right about now. And that would give your claim some legitimacy. But first you have to establish yourselves.
The
Get
only
some
ones-
recognition for the other guilds before, so that our backing
Graham will
doesn't
just be
be
like,
very questionable.
it isn't what we did at that big meeting with all the guilds, wasn't that enough to get us recognition? The fact that we literally outed the Seekers and forced the no offense, but forced the ensemble to basically be like, yes, we're a real thing and a threat.
They are stubborn. They'll acknowledge it, but this won't make them move.
the only
Not in a big manner.
the only 3 guilds I know that they could get easily right now is the Boros and the Azorius.
And the
What?
Selesnya.
The Selesnya is the 3rd?
Rayla, I'm here
Graham-
too.
Graham gestures to Malt.
There's also the Is It and the Gruel.
I really... The Gruul might help us, but the Gruul are kind of... I feel like the Gruul might be lacking in enough education that the Seekers would just be like, oh no, we're trying to destroy the city. Then, nature can take over again whenever they're just gonna burn the entire plane for all eternity.
Yeah,
That, and I don't know how unified the Gruul are anyway.
yeah, and the Azorius will only aid you if you make a suitable sacrifice on your parts.
That would be the Orzhov. The Azorius want law and order, along with the Boros want a similar thing. So I think they're going to be the easiest to convince. The Selesny are pretty humanitarian, and that's really the big reason why those three guilds. The Izzet, I feel like
We do have we are at least friends with Raylo, so we have that going for us.
we have an in, but Raylel doesn't decide things for the Izzet. So
Yeah.
I feel like the people under Raylel are gonna be on our side, but the Izzet guild as a whole won't necessarily align with us.
True. There are like 11 other
I feel like you guys
people.
are probably overthinking this. I don't think Malt would have said that we could make alliances with 3 guilds right now if we could not.
Yeah, those 3 guilds are the Selesnya, because he's one of them, the Azorius and the Boros, because the Boros and Azorius basically, while they have some conflicts, they essentially act more or less along the same lines, and we have an in with the Boros.
We could also just ask Malt what he means.
He's going to look over to the mall and say, how likely would you say this is, madam? She's going to cross her arms and say, well, once again, I'm in an advisory position. I have no official power. However, that being the case, I would not be surprised if you can, in fact, establish yourself legally within the city as a neutral party between the guilds without particularly shifting the power balance, declaring your intention and not stepping too far beyond those bounds. The Azorius would not mind perhaps giving you some support, as we have acknowledged this as a legitimate threat. With the assurance that you will not get involved in inter-guild conflicts.
This is actually the reason why I thought maybe going with the Krei instead of the Krei guild might be better, because we don't want to actually name ourselves as an actual guild. That may give out the wrong intention.
Yeah, that's why Graham was opposed to the guild parts. We just call ourselves the Grey Ones or something.
And I think I'll put my focus on convincing the Orzhov and the Rakdos.
The Orzhov and the Rakdos, I feel like they're gonna want something out of this more than just kind of stability and order, so that might be a little bit harder, but it's definitely not. It's definitely something we should pursue, but I'm just saying it's going to be more of an uphill battle.
I mean, if any of us have the capability of doing so, it'd be Lute, considering all of his connections.
Well, there will be more to it. However, if you want to be recognized by the guilds, you will need to have achievements partially sorted by what happened at the meeting. But at this point, that was quite the while, and you've had not much else in public showings to present for it, and power. So therefore, I would recommend you take the ensemble into your group, but you lot are the leading force.
I mean, that's up to them. Can't really decide that for them.
Technically, the Ensemble are a criminal group. However, should they be dissolved and taken in by a force that is claiming to be beneficial for Ravnica, if you, as credible members, were
can
to vouch for them, we could wait and see rather than
Well,
going to apprehend them.
you know, they are right here. What do you say, everyone? Want to join our Grey Guild?
Stop saying
Please
guild.
don't call it a guild.
Gray
Please.
fog.
Tanya
Gray
shrugs.
fog denying
Tanya
the
shrugs.
seekers.
Sounds better than being part of a stage play. Everyone, hey, I like the ensemble. Yes, you and Oswald like the ensemble. You kind of just sprung that on us. You don't like the ensemble? No. Elena just shakes her head. Greta says, "I will dunk you in this punch bowl if you try to name us after a musical performance." What the hell? Why didn't I say? Again,
because you sprung it on them, and they're your friends, and they probably didn't want to hurt your feelings unless they had to.
Yeah. Also, he literally announced it in front of every guild. It was a bit late for takebacks.
And if the ensemble dissolves and joins us, not only do we get like, hey, we have these strong people, but we could basically just be like, they're not criminals, they're now redeemed people.
Take a gamble.
The card has been played, though Zoro, I don't know if Cirrus is going to be making a skill check.
Huh?
Yeah,
Also,
before
that would not
bleeding.
apply to this.
Question mark?
Question mark.
One of the tabletop cards.
Ah, I did hear it being played, but I didn't get everything. Ah, he wants Cirrus to roll a skill check.
No, hold on.
For Starlight Expeditions.
It's
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I do not believe that applies.
It does not.
This is Guild Tales.
Sorry.
And the moth nods. Yes, by all technicality, that would follow rules as written. Just how we prefer it.
What is wrong with us calling it a guild, though? Do you guys not have guilds in this world? Other than the big ones? Like, you know, a crafting guild, a adventuring guild, or...
No.
Literally, the 9 guilds is all there is. Or rather, the 10 guilds. But let's not talk about that.
We do not. The guilds are the ruling body. If another one were to appear, it may present itself as a challenge to the guilds.
Yeah, that will literally put everybody against us.
Yes, because first you would then need to stake your claim to territory, and the only place to do that is the center, the agreed upon neutral zone. That
and
have a hand in.
That and guilds technically have to provide a kind of city-wide service that ensures the stability. even the Gruul technically have a job, even though it's kind of a little bit twisted at this point. They're still kind of the wardens of the wild, which they still in some capacity perform.
Yes, pretty much. Is we're not doing that kind of thing. That's why just why our group cannot have the guild in our name.
Okay, how about the Grey Wardens?
The Grey Guardian?
Oh yeah,
Dragon Age.
that can only go terribly.
The Grey Guardians.
Oh boy, I can't wait to die before I reach old age.
Graham would be fine
I
with
can't wait to
Warden,
live to see us become the bad guys.
Wait, am I missing something? What is the Great Wardens?
Dragon Age.
It's from Dragon Age.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, basically, organization built to repel the darkness and save the world time and time again. They eventually
But they usually
fell.
had to curse themselves. They had to curse their blood and sacrifice themselves in order to do this.
Yeah. The only way for a Grey Warden to die safely and not endanger everyone around them was to literally go underground and fight the endless hordes of demons effectively. Because if they die, the corrupted blood takes over and drives them insane.
I personally feel it fits perfectly. I mean, we were just talking about mana corruption.
Man of corruption, yeah. Let's not tempt fate more than we already are, yeah?
But also, besides it being besides the Dragon Age reference, you know, if we take the gray part and then wardens, basically that's going to be like us proclaiming that we're protecting this.
That's what we're trying to do.
Neutrality.
That's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, so it fits perfectly.
Yeah, because a warden is a guardian of a certain kind of specific thing, usually, or
Grey
area.
Guardians.
Guardians also works. Graham would be fine with either one of those.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't care which one.
Nim is against Grey Guardians just because Lute suggested it.
You petty.
I think
he can
Guardians.
absolutely.
I think Grey Guardians is the worst thing I ever heard. If a group ever had that name, I would have to leave them alone forever.
Nah, that's not gonna trick him. You already suggested
it.
But it is very convincing. But it is. If you'd said it first.
We're having a good time. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Well.
So we're just the Grey then.
No, we're the Grey Wardens.
Aren't you afraid?
The name doesn't need to be decided right at this moment.
What were
The
you going to
Grey
say?
guys. I mean, aren't you out of character? Aren't you copyright thing?
Well, it should be
Not
fine.
really.
Alright.
No,
Should
if we
be the
were
keyword
doing the exact, if we were Grey Guardians in the sense of Dragon Age Grey Guardians, then maybe, but that'd be a big fat maybe.
Grey fog denying the seekers.
Oh.
Honestly, I do kind of like the ring to Grey Wardens. It does sound it does sound good.
Well, why do you think the name was taken? What do you think?
Yeah, we're the Grey Wardens
Or
now.
sounds good.
Or you guys are the Grey Wardens. I'm not.
We'll get you there one day, Lute.
You're a gray recruit.
You're a gray intern.
Grey unpaid intern.
Ooh.
Anyways. Okay, so we got the name figured out. The ensemble, you guys over there. You good with dissolving and joining us?
Yep. The only ones that seem disappointed are Zevran and Oswald. But even Oswald just like shrugs. It's like, okay, Zevran, my name, my
Graham will pat him on the back and be like, I thought it was a decent name.
Oh, now my contract has been broken.
Pluto.
My contract's dissolved.
It does, in fact, but Pluto's like eyeing him if he says that out loud. We will also need to renew the contracts with the Presdora also, perhaps in more amicable terms. Ramsey is glaring at Pluto. No. We're friends now. Yeah, friends. Alright.
Nim is stalking over to Pluto, glaring up at him. You will treat Mr. Ramsey with the proper respect and give him decent contract this time. Understood?
Of course.
Not in that tone.
Don't get snappy like that.
Well, he was a big bully to Mr. Ramsey at the first place.
Well,
Was Element there when that happened? I don't remember.
No.
Okay.
No.
It was just Pluto, Ramsey, and Nim. Well, and
Okay,
Silver.
fair enough.
Well, that's because after paying our reparations and Elena doing a lot of work, he was still holding quite the bias. So, I simply asked that we have a table and I'll overlook that.
Mint will be there and will look over the contract and make sure it's safe and fair for everyone.
Well, all right.
And no bullying. No underhanded threats.
No bully.
Okay.
Good. And he snorts and goes back to malt.
Well, going forward, I do hope that this will help. Then you can approach the guilds, and should some of them start behaving a bit suspiciously, you might have an avenue to investigate. Or then again, the Rakdos will just be the Rakdos, I suppose.
Alright, so we start our investigation with the Orzhov.
I suppose they did have at least one person with confirmed dealings with the Seeker that you have dealt with.
Oh, there were also other incidents.
I do agree that the Orzhov seem to have a lot of suspicious activity going on, but they are also just kind of shady by nature. But we also are aware that the Seekers have spies in every guild, so we're probably going to have to root them out in most of the guilds.
Fair.
I see.
The only real question is did removing Felix before basically remove the Orzhov from being the Orzhov Seekers from being a major player in Seeker operations or not.
Hmm.
'Cause we're not
Well-
gonna hunt down. We're not gonna be able to remove every Seeker from the guild. That's an unreasonable goal.
I have an idea on that. But it's something for later.
Well, you do have something going forward now. And once you get legitimacy and then gain other guilds backing you, other guilds will not be able to reject you so easily and will have to heed your words, such as the threat. Of the Seekers being more real than they perhaps want to give it credence.
All right. So, Malt and Graham's guild rep person,
Saria.
Saria. Oh, okay. Nice
Yeah,
to
let
meet
me-
you. I'm
let me-
Nim.
We've met before, but good to see you again.
It was Marilyn.
Oh, sorry. Oh, of course. Sorry. Right, sorry. Marilyn.
This
Who
is
was
what
the- who-
happens when you have 10,000 people with basically identical names.
Who is
Ma.
it?
What are you talking about? Hers is
Mary
very
and
different.
Marilyn.
Mary Madeline.
Mary.
Who is Saria, by the way? I don't remember hearing that name.
Sorry, that's someone that's not here yet. Don't worry about it.
Oh, come on, did you?
Don't worry.
Having time.
Listen, none of you investigated the guilds. Explored the guilds very thoroughly. I just have NPCs that I have not used.
I mean,
I'm
Okay,
just over here
well.
preparing to delve into the Gogari. No.
You two are part of the Selesnya, right?
That's correct.
Great. You want to be our friends?
I thought we already were, but all right.
Yeah,
Well, no,
that's
as a
not
group.
how. Oh, I see. He's asking if you want to join the Grey Wardens. I think.
Well, no, not join. Alliance thing. Be friends.
Nim,
Well,
they don't. Again, this is kind of like with Raylel. They can basically be like, okay, the people under us, we can we can help you out, but as a they can't basically speak for the guild. They don't have that kind of position or power or authority.
Well,
but
that's
we
why I'm
can
asking.
petition for you to be backed by the guild.
I'm not asking them on the full guild. I'm asking them themselves.
Oh, if we would personally align with you?
Yeah, and then you could then work on getting the rest of your guilds to join up.
Sure, I don't mind. Admittedly, I may have to keep this to myself until you have a bit more accolades under your belt, but then we can proclaim ourselves supporters and recommend the guild do the same. Unfortunately, that's just how politics are.
true.
All right. Well, we got that's one. Raylo, are you wanting to be friends?
Totally, yes.
Excellent. And just like with the other two, you gotta work to get the rest of your guild on board.
That shouldn't be hard. All I have to do is make some promises that I'll behave.
Give me this or I'm gonna throw a tantrum. Oh god, he's gonna throw a tantrum. Okay, you can have anything you want.
I think Elamin actually laughed out loud when he heard Raylo say that. actually began laughing just because it's actually so funny.
Raylel and his weaponized tantrum. With an insidious look on his face.
He doesn't do anything terrible. He just hangs out near you, being Raylel.
I will not leave your general presence until you agree to this alliance. Yes. Excellent.
Next, Nim is turning to Runesipple Card.
Hello! I do not have much weight in the guild, but definitely I will be your friend. You have done
Awesome.
much for me. Good business.
Great to have you on board.
I am no longer working out of a studio apartment.
And we'll probably need you in the future, too.
Also this, yes. I am a fan, yes.
And then Nim turns to Gulkasa.
Big toothy grin.
Nim kind of just glares at Gulkasa for a moment. Before he is casting Steel Wind Strike to teleport himself over there and bite at Gulkasa.
Oh!
Nim knows how Gulkasa makes friends. Nim approves of the way Gulkasa makes friends.
I mean, yeah,
if you're strong, I like you. Roll it.
I mean, yeah. Like Elamin said when Lute tried the same thing, this is the correct approach.
Ooh!
Hey!
And on that fucking 20!
That was excellent.
Take your crit card.
Please don't kill him, though.
Chop off his head.
He's very hard to kill.
He is very hard to kill.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying. I just hope that you don't get an insta kill card.
Well, even then, he'll just come back.
That's true.
You remember how Gulkasa works. When he reaches 0-8, when he dies, he says no.
Yeah, I know.
And that's where all of his mana went. All of his mana abilities went.
Which to be fair, I think it's a pretty good use of spending his mana potential.
Stronger. He basically has a phase 2.
Yes. This isn't even my final form.
Spellstorm, quadruple damage.
Oh god.
What?
Now Gulkasa is really going to like you.
Roll immediately.
Yes,
Oh,
but he's
God.
also going to punch Nim back.
Oh, I know. Is he actually on the tracker?
I
Yes.
took him off, but I'll put him back.
Oh, no, you don't need to. Okay, so that would be... God, so many dice.
How it is.
Name, just remember that I don't have laying hands available. I used it on Lute earlier. So you're gonna have to bear the pain.
Lute's
I think
evil
Koredan
plan.
has some healing spells.
I I think that's the right amount of dice.
Oh my god.
And Graham just isn't.
forgot to clear
Oh.
the crit, man.
300 damage even.
Wait, 30 d10?
Oh,
forgot
I
to
didn't
clear the
clear the
crit.
crit.
So,
I did not clear the crit, but it's still cut in half.
yes.
I was about to
You
say that.
land an impressive
Wow.
strike.
I was about to say, if that was actually the correct amount, that was almost Gulkas's entire health bar. That was almost.
Then we all
You-
turn on him and kill him because it's not our chance.
No. What the hell?
His loot. His loot.
So basically, Nim is just disappearing from his spot and reappears flying into the air straight at Gulkasa's face, bites down on Gulkasa's neck, and is just mumbling out, "So, want to be friends?"
Howl driver.
His grin grows wider and says, "Absolutely," before wrapping her hand around Nim's throat.
And this is where Nim dies.
And then uses Nim as the furriest javelin ever.
Oh, this is definitely where Nim dies.
I mean,
Sir
how
is
do you
watching in
feel
great
about a
concern.
level 5 smite from a magical weapon?
What is this steel wind strike thing, by the way? What the hell is that spell?
Steel Wind Strike. You flourish the weapon used in the casting and then vanish to strike like the wind. Choose up to 5 creatures you can see within range. Make a melee spell attack against each target. On a hit, a target takes 6d10 force damage. You can then teleport to an unoccupied space you can see within. Ooh, right. Then he teleports behind Gulkasa.
Oh,
Nah, I'm not
It-
really
it-
gonna
it
do
is-
that.
It is basically the samurai disappearing trick.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh, I am
Yeah,
so dead.
Nim knows he has to take his lumps now to for full friendship points with Bulgasa.
Truly befriend him.
Well, thankfully, I see a lot of ones in there, so you only take 68 damage.
Oh,
Oh,
gee.
Oh my-
Only takes
Yeah.
68 damage. That is actually that is
Nim is
actually
now
enough to make.
unconscious?
Yeah.
Koredan's just gonna sprint over
Sir
to
is
Nim.
joining on
as
this.
Fist glows with a fiery vengeance as he pitches Nim into the ground, leaving him in a crater. So like, abso-fucking-lutely. Hey, you good?
Yeah, Koredan's
Are you
gonna.
alive?
Hold on.
Are you good?
He's
Silver
alive.
then speaks up. Yeah, I'm good.
Ah, cool. Malt. Oh, yeah, that works actually. Everyone just stares.
Graham is going to cast Cure Wounds on Nim since he's not really. He's expecting if there is for some reason combat that whoever we're fight's gonna die under the full weight of everyone that's fucking. The Lich decides now to show up. Everyone turns to face him, and then all you see is like a nuclear explosion in the distance.
I'm using another level 3 slot for hit for
How do I
heal him.
cast? How do I
Tim,
cast
you're
Cure
awake
Wounds
again.
on
Your mind
another?
leaves Silver's and returns to your
Okay.
body.
So to cast Cure Wounds, on the Actions tab of your sheet, you should see the
Yep.
spell there.
Yeah, I do.
Click the magnifying glass to the right of it, and you'll see a little field that says heal and then so many dice.
Okay.
You click and drag those and drop them onto me in the combat tracker.
Scroll and find you. Ah, there you are. And I add. Ah, yeah, there we go. Well, every little helps.
Oh wait, I use one more slot than what I have for that, so I'm gonna take one level 1 slot for that.
Yeah, I cast that at 2nd level, so.
As Nim's consciousness is back in his own body.
Welcome back, Nim.
What do you
Are
mean,
you-
welcome
are you-
back? I never went anywhere.
No,
You-
you took a brief stay in Silver.
You were unconscious for a moment and were talking through Silver.
Heck of a bite. I'll give you that.
That was amazing, actually.
That was quite impressive.
Honestly, I wish I could do something like that, but I don't think I have spell like that available to me.
To be fair, that is a 5th level spell, and no, that is
I
only
will-
available to rangers and wizards.
Yeah. I don't think I even get a 5 level spells until like I'm level 18 or something.
Yeah.
Graham is just like, I can hit people as hard as Bokassa hit Nim, though, on a fairly regular basis.
Now, just imagine if he had had 5 targets to use that on.
Indeed.
Yeah, that would have been lethal. However, remember, Golgotha still has multi-attack. He could do it again.
Yeah.
However, good show. Golgotha is very happy to support this group. What a fucking bold-ass wolf. He likes it.
I'm challenged twice in one day by this group.
Seriously.
I'm not really bored. Absolutely, I'm gonna lobby you. And I'm gonna clap anyone that disagrees.
We're a bunch of crazies.
And by clap them, he means he's literally gonna clap his hands together with them between them.
We're a bunch of crazies. Element, Nim, and Lute have damaged Gokasa in several occasions trying to win over his favor.
This is Nim's 2nd time, though.
Yeah.
Oh, are you saying Lute should go over there now and get more favor? He'll do it.
I don't have it. I don't have it. I do not have any more.
A little concerned, truthfully, but I guess it works.
Lute, I do not have any more leading spells, please.
This isn't helping Cyrus choose that we're not a bunch of crazy assholes.
I mean, to be fair, that is the right way to talk with Commander Gokasa.
It is, but it definitely not helping our perception
Okay.
in Cyrus's eyes.
Okay. Well, that is 4 guilds that we at least have a foothold in.
Definitely.
Your instructor is going to clear her throat and say, "Well, despite your relations with Commander Golgotha, that is generally against the law. But I guess since he was more than welcome and will not be the one, and seems to be very content with the interaction, that's all well and good. But generally, I would strongly advise not to interact with people in such a dangerous fashion. That is very unlawful.
Don't
I
worry.
understand that at least. That did
Don't
take a
worry.
bit for me to understand, but it does make sense. Now I let other people
Well,
throw the first punch.
Graham
Then,
will
yeah,
Graham will
you
look
are
at
within your right
the
to be self-defensive.
Graham will look at the instructor. Yeah, no, there's this kind of understanding with Bulkasa and people who know him that's just an acceptable greeting. That's basically like the Bulkasa handshake.
I have read the reports on him, and this does line up with the facts. It's still, though.
You know, Digi, we should probably remove some of the irrelevant
You're
people from the combat tracker, like
Yeah, with
Hootie
the dancing
and
blades.
Terracona. Well, the dancing blade could probably stay for now. I'm sure Lute's probably gonna bring it back, and that'll
It
cause
will-
problems. But you know,
No, unfortunately, I changed it so it's a dancing whip.
oh well, you
Yep.
can just change the name. But you know,
Yes,
mean-
the irrelevant people, like Doug.
no, Doug is
mean-
relevant.
Doug.
I miss Hoodie. It's too bad his character just all of a sudden disappeared.
He
Yeah.
exploded. Well, he exploded.
Yeah, a lot of people just seem to disappear from your group.
Don't worry about it.
Okay,
I exist for now.
Cirrus, come out here. I swear I'm not gonna hurt you, and no one else will either.
Sure.
Cirrus very hesitantly releases the full invisibility.
You want to know what's going on? We're gonna tell you.
Thank you.
Full story. And Koredan, you as well. And then Nim glares over towards Lute. I suppose since
Yes.
others in this group want to include you, I will leave it up to them if you can stay or not.
I think he can know what we're fighting.
Again.
Nim.
The instructor is going to step away and start shooing away some of the people, like Red and Element Guild guards, unless you want them to stay.
No, he's
No.
fine with them leaving. He's fine with that leaving.
Graham will help her with the shooing of people.
Yep, there are a
Nim?
lot of people sending back.
Nim is going to make sure that the members that were formerly part of the ensemble remain,
Yep,
as well
Doug
as
is also sticking around.
yes, as well as Morath and of course
Merrick?
Doug. Merith. No, I thought it was Morath.
Then
No.
there is
The-
Morath, the Kobold, and Merrick, the one who adopted Lute.
Yeah.
Oh no, Nim would send
Also,
Merrick
his
off.
grandma is here. Also,
Okay.
Poison grandma is here. Poison.
She would also go. Morath was involved from the very beginning, so Nim would want him
Yep.
to stay.
He was
Merrick,
the one that was leading Seeker activity, and Felix.
yeah. But Merrick, no, he would have to go.
Fair.
But the other people that Nim would want to stay would be those that he just, Gokasa and the other Raylel and such.
And-
Meanwhile, Grandma, who split you? Greta, how? Merrick, all right. I think it's time to go. Morath, I guess I'll see you at home. I guess.
Wait, where's our house?
Oh, it's right here. Fuck, that's right. starts digging in his pocket for a memo pad before giving you the address in writing.
Ah, thank you, and I'll store it away.
You'll be good. Have fun in your date.
This is
I love
weird.
poison
I don't
grandma.
think Nim's gonna appreciate that, but thank you.
This is weird. Even by the standards that have been set.
Poison grandma and Runcible Card, I think, are my two favorite NPC.
I mean, you
Just-
could ask them
Just
to
for
join
accents
officially.
alone.
Well, now that me and Nim are dating.
What? What?
The grandma has.
I
the
would
grandma
highly recommend that you rephrase that. Otherwise, I will have to take drastic measures.
Well,
I don't think that was it in character.
Grandma
I
arrived.
hope not.
Grandma arrived with 2 ducks. Somehow she is leaving with 7. she can barely hold them. She can.
Excellent.
Cirrus looks closely, making sure they aren't any of the polymorph.
No, they're just legitimately ducks.
Okay.
In that case,
All
I
right.
guess.
So now
So I
it's
guess
time. Now it is time for your joining ceremony. And Nim is going to pull out. Pull.
Malt has laid down and is like looking expectantly.
Nim is going to pull out the gerbil, cut it open, squeeze some of its blood into a goblet, and make the newcomers drink it.
What the hell?
Only drink things that were made with a
Grab
lot of
his-
love and care.
Like, what the hell?
That is not
man?
actually happening in character.
If this be attempted, Cirrus and Rubikin are teleporting away.
I
Godspeed
I mean-
with what comes next.
I mean, if that did happen, Rubikin would say, fair, but fuck you.
mean, it's what the Grey Wardens had to do in Dragon Age. They had to drink demon blood.
They had to drink Darkspawn blood.
I thought
Demon,
it was, that's right.
Darkspawn,
The dragon
same
was
thing.
the dark spawn.
I mean, the dragons were literally called archdemons, so demon,
Yeah, it was
darkspawn,
like
it's interchangeable.
Yeah.
Anyways, no, Nim does not do that. Okay,
Displayed
so-
Lute open and
we are going after a group known as the Seekers. We have already stopped one of their plots to summon the
The
Nephilim
Nephilim.
to Ravnica. Also, for the record, Nim does make sure that his instructor stays.
Of course. I mean, you can't shoo her away.
Well, I'm just making it noted that he does not let her leave or anything.
He waits for her to return before
Yeah.
he starts story
Yeah.
time.
Fair.
This is stuff that is best kept under wraps. We don't want too many people knowing because it could cause problems. It could cause panic. And we don't want that.
Sadly.
But they tried to summon a Nephilim. We stopped that plot. It was done by Felix of the Orzhov. And we have been in...
Out of character, Felix was summoning an angel, not the Nephilim.
Yeah. but he was part of the Seekers, and that's the Seekers' ultimate plan.
Yeah. I was just letting Zim know in case
Nim probably would know that. Okay. So
no, Nim would
Felix.
know because Elaine told him.
Yes, that's what
Eileen
I'm
told
saying.
us all. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
he did say
saying-
he will know.
So I appreciate that.
Mhm.
Felix was attempting to summon an angel to basically be the first step on this. And as far as we know, their only goal is to utterly destroy Ravnica as a whole. We have had several run-ins. Krei managed to steal a staff from either their actual leader or one of their leaders. It's still unclear as to which. Though we did wind up having to turn that staff back over in order to get another weapon to potentially use against the Lich. They
The
are
one that
trying...
Specifically, the one that kidnapped you.
that kidnapped Cyrus.
Yeah, Cyrus.
Oh.
They probably mistook you for Krei because, they said bird.
Oh, they most certainly did. They demanded to know where Krei was. I did not say.
We have gotten up to a lot of crazy things. But we are trying our best to deal with a situation that, frankly, is a bit beyond what we can really, or what we've really ever had to deal with.
Indeed. I mean, I was just a recruit about 2 months ago, and now me and my friends are trying to save the world. Can you imagine that?
Most of us were recruits.
Yes.
There have been multiple plots that we have dealt with, and Nim will fill them in on the smaller details.
It's too much.
There's too much to really go through all right now. Plus, I don't remember all of it, but Nim would, and Nim would fill it
One of the
in.
big things is that if we don't do this, and you don't have a way off Ravnica, and the Seekers complete their goals, you will live in an eternal, undying, burning hell where the Nephilim will revive you, so you can burn alive to fuel their leaders' godlike.
Do we actually know that?
Yes.
Know that? Oh,
yes, we do.
When did we get that information? I don't remember.
I believe Mary filled you in.
Yeah.
We suspected that was the Nephilim they were trying to revive anyways, but she turned us that he literally was like consuming entire planes of existence.
Hello. Why are you
just
so
to
cute?
fuel his powers.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir?
Fair enough.
Excuse me? Hello. Why are you so cute?
Asha is going to be just noting this down, like on
Excuse me?
on
Hello.
a
Why are you
binder.
so
Like,
cute?
Yep, this is
Excuse me, sir?
very, very much information that will. Well, someone will have to pay attention to this.
So, yes, there has been a lot of craziness in this group. But I assure you, we are working for the best of the entire city. We're working to try and save this world. I may not be from Ravnica, but I've still made this my home. We've been working with an angel by the name of Mammon. At least a little bit here and there. Mammon has stopped in to offer us guidance and suggestions on various things that we've had to deal with. And of course, we've been working with the ensemble to try and stop this. most recently, Mammon told me that it would be very helpful and best for me to acquire one of each color of the mana pieces in order to protect my friends and protect the city as a whole. I do have permission to acquire one of the mana pieces from the Gruul. However, I will need my friends with me to go do so. They're not going to really just hand it over. I have to actually go into the temple, but I have permission to do so. I believe it was the green piece.
Yeah. It was from the Gruul, it'd be a green piece.
That is correct.
Yeah, they have green and red in the Gruul.
Ideally, to not weaken the guilds too much, I'd like to, at most, take one piece from any one particular guild.
Okay.
So we now have a white piece from the Boros. We'll get the green piece from the Gruul, but we will need to find a place to get the other pieces. And I think that's about all that I've really got to inform you all on.
That is pretty much most of the story for the last 2 months.
Well, that is certainly more than what Krei and Graham offered, and gives a little more context to why you wanted it. Members in the guilds.
That
It's
is
been
certainly
I'm
enlightening.
sorry I couldn't go into the super elaborate seeker plot in the IHOP.
No worries.
There
Again, I
was-
understand the desire to not tell everyone. You could just come off of maybe a little less like you're trying to recruit for something more concerning.
I kind of need to agree with that. I know that Cirrus has been around with us for quite a while now, and none of you have really made an effort to include him on all of these going-ons. Same with Koredan.
If I be honest, I kind of didn't want to include him. I would have preferred if he could actually go back to his normal life. If I be honest, because he just got involved by happenstance.
This is true.
And
Again, he also never. I tried to inform them. I did try to inform him of what we were doing, but without going into too much details, unless he showed a serious intent to join. That's what I was basically waiting for. He seemed very wary of us, and I didn't really want to try to force him or, put dangerous information into his hands that could cause him trouble if he didn't want to join us.
yes, that was a wise choice.
I appreciate it.
But I
Does
still
it
had to
really-
tell him something.
I mean, I still have my lead on the Seekers.
We can definitely discuss your lead.
Before we go further, Cirrus, are there any other concerns that you have with the group?
I think I'm all right with you all at the moment, though I have to ask: Is the duo Mary and Madeline with you all? The scary lady with the gun from the lemonade party? The one that you told us not to shake the hand of, or Was
Mary,
that a
wa-
second?
They
Mar-
are
Mary,
not officially with us.
they're,
Let me.
they're a potential ally. Mary was the one that's actually has given us the weapon to try and combat the leech that kidnapped you. But
Mary.
she's kind of a loose cannon, if I be honest.
Mary is on Mary's side.
Yes, that sums it up pretty well.
Okay.
She's not really on our side, nor is she on their side. It just kind of seems to be the winning side is where she goes.
Guess she's a mercenary in that sense.
As long
I
as she's
don't-
getting paid and she's winning, that's whatever side she's on.
Basically.
Okay. Just thought I'd ask in case I encountered them again and whether or not to be more wary.
Yes, be very wary of them.
That said, at the very least, I might be able to track my own carrying later, but I will save that for later. So,
Cord, is there anything else that is bothering you about our group?
I must ask, Graham, how careful do I have to be around you? You switched very quickly and reminded me of someone else earlier. How careful do I have to be around you?
Well, unless you're actively on a regular basis pissing me off or betraying us, probably not very cautious. I mean, look at Nim and I. He pisses me off constantly, and I've never done anything to him. At least,
Unless he swung first.
Yeah.
Okay, just had to check that. That said, I think that is the worst of it. I will try to be a little more forthcoming, because once again, I am not dead yet, so this is all right, I think. And I'm a little more willing to help now that I have a little more information to work with there. And more than happy to maybe even try helping with the Gogari on that, because I'm sure they would, with a little bit more work with them, they'd be a little interested in preventing whatever this nonsense is.
Graham will look at Pluto. Your wife is fairly high ranking in the Golgari.
She is a noble.
I would like to slide in here real quick. I am sorry what happened to your shop before, Cirrus. We were suspicious of you, and I apologize that we placed it incorrectly.
Oh, no worries. I figured. I just was surprised and let that play out a little more, just as I don't know what else I could do with that.
The thing is that the person that owned that shop before you was a creepy old man. So when I saw that soon after somebody else was living there, I was kind of concerned that somebody else have taken up the shop like 4 days after I personally arrested that guy.
No worries. I understand. I think I found the report later. That I understand a little more. And now that I know what Nim's background is, I am more understanding of their response of mimicking the chaotic one.
You mean Markov?
Yes, that one.
Yeah, he is pretty much the chaotic one. Unfortunately, he's not here with us anymore. He's not.
Disciple.
Unfortunately, he's not with us anymore. I don't know where the hell he is.
Well, I'm sure wherever he is, he's fine and causing whatever mayhem he wishes. But no matter. Again, I'm more than happy to help. I just needed a little more reassurance that I wasn't joining some group planning to destroy the city. So
We're we're
like,
we're we're trying to prevent the group that actually to destroy the city.
need I remind you, you did tell me that your group regularly burned down buildings, or one of you did. I don't even remember who at this point. I
I
this is,
I
I look forward to seeing the better side of this group.
The only building I burned down was the previous building that your house now stands on, because that house was haunted.
Oh,
Believe me.
was that just? Oh,
Yes, that's what it was. Believe
um,
believe me, that is not my usual reaction to situations. But that entire ordeal I have with the previous how do I say it?
resident.
Yeah, with the previous resident and Rubican's former I'm not gonna say owner, I say partner.
Summoner.
Yeah, Rubican's former summoner. It was quite a stressful situation. It was a place full of horrors, and I decided to just burn the entire thing down.
Fair enough. I am still alive, so I will take that as a sign that this is only good things to come. Well, no, actually, no, I can't say that. That's horribly wrong. Oh, I don't know. I'm sure this will be all right.
You know, I think things will improve in the end. I just have a feeling that things will get better.
So,
Maybe not
Rubigan,
maybe
are
not
you better with all this?
maybe not immediately, but I do have a good feeling.
with that aside, any questions or more questions or concerns from you two, Cirrus and Koredan?
Or anybody else for that matter.
I cannot think of any at the moment. Cirrus is quite good at voicing his complaints. His cons-
Yeah. For a brief bit, I was worried if that angry skeleton one might have been in the right, but this is good to hear this development.
Well,
this is indeed encouraging.
If you would like to leave the group, there would be no hard feelings. You two kind of were, forced into this, and Koredan, I know this isn't your home technically, so we're not going to force you two into this, but we will need you to sign a contract with Pluto if you do want to leave, but it'll just simply be that you won't share any of this info because, like I said, we need to. We don't want people panicking.
Yeah, that or, like any of our plans or information that we may learn that we kind of need to keep from the seekers from knowing that we know.
Well, that's more. It's more the contract if you do decide to leave the group. Just so,
okay,
and it'll hopefully keep you safe from them trying to go after you if you actually can't speak about any of it.
That would be a contract like the geese.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, I have Ruvican. all will be well.
Yo, what up? I'm a big shot. I'm just tiny right now.
I still want to make
Graham will
sure
look
that
at Rubicon and be like give him a nod, like a knowing nod, just like, yeah, no, I get you.
I still want to make sure that you two are okay with getting into this. You now know and understand what's going on, so you can actually make a proper informed decision.
Exactly. And now that I know you're not a bunch of people bent on destroying the city, I am much more willing to help. I just didn't want to sign this contract because I wasn't sure if it was some crazy blood cult sort of thing or pact or whatever.
You mean the Marten contract?
Yeah.
Well, that one and the one that I think it was Krei that mentioned it, but I'm not sure.
It was
The
you mean
Gias.
the Gias. I mentioned it to you.
Yes, that one.
No, a Gias is a Gias. Well, as far as Pluto explained it to me, is basically just
It'll hurt greatly if I go against it.
Yeah,
no,
yes, but it's basically a command. It's really, really hard to break. But the one that you were gonna sign was basically like, just hey, don't like
lower cover.
basically.
Y'all really need to work on your public image. But oh well, more time for that later.
I assume being supported in some way by the guilds would help with that.
Yes.
Yes.
Considering some of the things that the major guilds have done, I feel like what we've done will be or the things that people would be like, oh, that was bad, you shouldn't have done that, are still like overall minor by comparison.
Mm.
All right, well, I suppose I can look with the Gogari. Assuming you don't need me for anything else, of course.
Well, are you officially joining us then?
Yes.
And Nim turns to look at Koredan.
I've seen a world destroyed by war before. Preventing this from happening here is a good cause. I will join if you will have me.
Very happily.
Of course.
This is your new
No,
home, so.
It's unfortunate that Moriarty is not here because this is a pretty great scene.
Nim has somehow wound up pretty much the leader right now, and it's terrifying.
Yeah. Enemy is actually kind of impressed with how little like Nim is being right now. He really is the alpha wolf at the moment.
Like I've expressed to all of you, Cirrus is more than happy to be on board. You just had to quit fumbling over everything.
I think we did a good job at that today.
Congratulations.
Well, I mean, Graham and Krei are so Graham and Krei are so obsessed with secrecy, and Nim's just like, these are supposed to be our friends. They're working with us. Just talk to them.
Graham hasn't hidden anything from most of the people. Like, the only reason why he ever hid anything from Lute and Cyrus was because, again, they didn't really necessarily seem fully committed to joining the party's crusade. He was basically just like, this information is dangerous for you to even know. So that's the only reason why I'm hiding it from you and trying to kind of gloss over that.
Yeah, that makes
Yes.
sense.
You successfully scared Cirrus and found nothing odd about this.
Wait, to
Oh
be
dear.
wasn't that time where Graham was trying to scare somebody else and and he ended up scaring Sirius instead?
Yes.
Yes.
Nim is
Yes, that
going
sounds
to.
familiar.
Nim is going to sigh with a bit of relief after that. And then look over at Pluto. There is something that I would like to share with all of you that I feel our friends and allies should be aware of. Especially because we need to be open on these things. However, it is something. Pluto, could you maybe draw up a contract for our guild friends here to sign, and so they can't tell?
Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with having a contingency plan.
Nim, what is this about? What are you gonna say?
Well, you are aware of what I want to bring up, but we've had to kind of dodge that subject a few times. In particular because of one person here.
Okay.
But if
Yeah,
if they're gonna be around, we need to be able to save the city without having to dodge around saying things.
Okay, I get it. All right then. If you think
Well, I certainly don't wish for me to be a hindrance.
Is that coming from the tutor, the instructor?
Yes.
I don't want to put anyone in this position, but I assure you it's something that is for a good reason.
Well,
So if you...
I am in an advisory role. Unless you have broken the law, I will not act upon anything.
It is a breaking of the law, technically. I'm not going to have you sign this contract, not to reveal it, without you being aware of that. However, I will say, I was told that this is something that we will need.
Let's say I'll give you my faith, then.
All right. And Nim is going to disappear, going and retrieving the letter opener.
Pluto finishes with the contract. It is a larger piece of paper, and everyone can put their names upon it.
Nim is keeping it in his bag until it's been signed.
Malt also. Well, he leaves a mark on it, which is technically his best, so it counts.
As long as he intends it to be his signature, legally it works.
Yes.
And does everybody sign it?
Yes, they do.
Including the instructor?
She does.
Okay. Now
This
I
has been
can't leave.
This has been a very moving day.
I can't leave the DM any wiggle room.
Now, there's one thing you forgot. Did Lute sign it?
Does Lute sign it?
Does this
No.
require our signatures as
No.
well?
Lute's not going to sign it. He's done with these contracts.
Then I will have to ask you to leave at this time, Lute.
Alright. Have fun with, probably, if I had to guess, the pen. Bye. He leaves.
Oh, Nim is going to really make sure you leave.
No, yeah, he's leaving. He knows what you're doing. He's leaving.
No, he's moving up and teleporting you and him to some other part of the city far away.
Resist.
I lost that entire segment. I lost like 30 seconds to a disconnect.
I guess it would technically be a grapple check to resist.
No, you can only teleport me if I'm a willing target.
Not in the form of teleportation that he is using. This is the path. This is the planeswalker one.
And I'll resist with my acrobatics.
Wait, what? You're planeswalking him? That's gonna kill Lute.
Not only if he takes him to a different plane.
Oh.
We established last week that it's fine.
Yeah. Well, a week before last.
Wait, you can use the planeswalk elevator to just teleport? I thought you needed to go to another place and then teleport to a different location.
No.
Oh, fair enough.
Well, unfortunately,
Yeah.
Lute succeeded.
Yeah. Lute's just gonna walk away.
Oh,
You want to be part of this group, but you're not willing to really cooperate. Very well.
Nim, leave him be. He's actually he's trying to get away from contracts and the sort. I understand why he would be unwilling to do so.
A death contract.
Nim is going to wait until Lute is very far away.
Koredan's just going to scan over the contract.
You will not activate.
Cirrus, could I request that you make sure that he gets far away, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
Cyrus leaves to go and escort them away. And once plenty well beyond hearing, well, we'll just hang with Lute until requested again.
Well, Nim would have requested you come back.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, he's trying to inform you on everything.
Fair enough.
Yep, Lute's going. He's walking. He's getting further away. He's almost out of sight. He's just over the horizon and he's gone.
Alright.
You know,
I'll
Uh,
deafen them if they come back.
you know, if you actually want somebody else to check on him, I could go because I know what you're going to do. I don't need to be here.
That's true. Please make sure he stays away.
Okay, I'll go ahead and do that.
Koredan's just going to brace the contract against the table and write his signature. And then hand it back.
And is Cirrus signing it?
Cirrus is glancing over, ensuring it is what was described before signing.
It is indeed.
Then yes.
And Nim is going to produce the letter opener. When I got possessed by the white mana piece, and it directed me, it took me to steal this item. You may recognize it. He says to, I can never remember the instructor's name.
Sasha.
Wasn't it like thermal or something before? And
No. It was Sasha Julie.
okay. Oh right, I remember the Julie. You may recognize this item, Sasha.
I am aware of its existence and the effect of its disappearance. However, once again, I am in an advisory role.
This is something
I'm
that
here to make sure that you're educated in the laws and are not breaking them. If such occurred while you were under the influence of something else, it is not your fault.
I will be honest, I had the opportunity to return it. Immediately after I took it, I was approached by Mammon, the angel, and they told me that I could either keep it and help my friends with stopping the Seekers, or Mammon would return it and no one would be the wiser that it had ever gone missing. I don't like the fact that I've decided to keep it. I know that it is used to keep innocent people out of jail. I don't like that fact that it's not available to them. Hopefully we can get this whole thing resolved as soon as possible and I can return it immediately once we do. Though it was not really suggested, but it was one of the two options that Mammon presented. And hopefully nobody's sentenced to death for anything. And we can at least have, they may be inconvenienced by a little time in prison, but they can be released once it's returned to the Azurius. But this allows people to see the truth of things. And I actually can see a use for it right now. We can use it to go through the various guilds to find seeker agents inside of them. If anything written on them is false, this item will tell us. And we could literally just write on the paper, there are no seeker agents inside the Azurius. And it'll tell us that's true or false.
Wait,
And
is
if
that how it works?
As far as I understand, out of character and in character, yes.
Yeah.
It is a
I was
very
asking that.
powerful object.
Yeah, I was asking that out of character. I didn't know how it exactly worked. Enemy's not there.
Out of character, I do believe the intent was closer to written and spoken deceit rather than just truth per se.
Well,
Yes.
let's hear from Digi.
If something is attempting to deceive you, it will fail automatically. Or if some untruth was applied. But there is something very well. Unfortunately, that would require Krei, because his ability is literally, well,
Information.
exactly.
And I believe that Nim does know about that in character.
Yes, I believe that Krei has revealed his ability.
At least to Nim. I don't know about others, but I'm pretty sure at least to Nim.
I think.
Oh wait,
I think
he did to Graham and Element as well when they had their heart to heart.
Yeah.
So he could, quite truthfully, ask for how to make this very effective.
So using Krei's ability, we could use this to root out Seeker agents in every guild, rather than just the Azurius. It would be a long process, but it is something that we can do.
Yes, but the other thing is that while we have this thing, the cases in the Azurius that they wanted to go certain ways might still be affected for a very long time, but as long as we're actively using this with the assumption that we're going to return this thing,
I definitely do not want to keep it.
That's good.
If I may offer a suggestion.
Who's saying
and
that?
Sasha.
Okay. I am all for suggestions.
This is not something I'm supposed to be doing, but I can see your good intentions and so forth, and therefore I am willing to do a little more beyond my role. I am to deliver reports on what I have learned and reports on your behavior to see if we need to continue to monitor you. After all, we are aware that you are not of Ravnica born and have some problems settling in. Therefore, I could say that it is our mutual enemies who have the knife. Therefore, they might clamp down a little more on their activities, be a little more thorough, but I can also mention that anti-scrying measures have been taken by the enemies. They still may attempt it, but they might attempt it less.
If you are certain of that, I don't want to ask that of you. I don't like needing to lie either, but...
Technically, I can word it to where it's not a lie, but in the end, it is an attempt at deceit. But I do believe that you are coming from a place of good intentions, and as such, while it's not ideal, not by a long shot, you are presented the option by another, and your justifications are with merit, as this is towards the ultimate good. It's
I appreciate-
unfortunate what may happen, so I will be asking the counselors to set aside extreme judgments and extreme cases in the period of time when we are lacking the knife.
I would be very grateful for that. And I do hope to return it as soon as possible.
Of course. I'm not here to be strict. The best way to be an instructor is to lead by example.
Well then, that solves that problem of people being hurt by it. Now we just need to...
I will do my best to mitigate the effects. But I am just an instructor by the end.
I will be keeping it in another plane for the time being. In fact, I'll go put it back now. And
That would be the safe.
Nim disappears and then reappears after he's stashed it back away. So yeah, that's everything we're dealing with.
Kasa's going to nod slowly and say, "That is a handy little knife right there."
Definitely is, and we can put it to very good use.
What is this thing? Out of character, what is this thing called again? A true artifact? Was it?
Yes.
Okay. Element wanted to ask about that at some point, and now that Kasa knows about this, it might be easier to ask about it.
Graham will also just kind of mention, like, this is a thing that I feel like if we are using it, we should have more than one person, with the artifact to protect it, not so much to prevent its use, because there's only, like, really a few uses for it. Very useful uses, but we still also need to protect this thing.
All right.
So,
And then,
like,
yeah, I would agree. More people should be present to protect it. It might be possible that we could go to the other plane. What?
Sorry about that.
Oh.
I had a cat on my lap, and two puppies were approaching me very rapidly.
I see. Catch no.
There's the white mana piece is currently stored with Jin. He is a friend of mine and currently protects the Golgari's black piece. If anything happens to him, the black piece will immediately come to my possession. It is something that he has signed to have happen. I would rather nothing happen to him and find a different black piece somewhere, or maybe get the Golgari to give us that one. Either way. Because he is a friend, but... So far, the black piece is in... Well, I saw him today, and the black piece has been safely guarded by him, so... Presumably, he'll keep the white piece safe as well.
But we also know that the black piece is one of the pieces needed for the Nephilim that they want, so they will come for it eventually.
Yes. Raylel and Eileen's the Planeswalker?
Yes.
Raylel and Eileen, I wanted to know what the effects on Ravnica would be if we moved some of the mana pieces to another plane.
Well, I do believe that a few things could happen. If they are contained, then slowly the manas may start to fall out of balance. Well, if they are removed and contained, the manas will start to slowly fall out of balance. But this will not be a sudden effect, it'll just be a gradual decline, so to say. It might take months for real effects to happen, but there has been a slight decrease in white potency, so to say, in the Orzhov,
So
leading towards a black inclination.
So even just removing these from their temples causes this decay.
Well, removing them from the guild area causes the decay. The temples were just like prime locations, not mandatory.
They're like fortresses to kind of contain these things to the area, not to direct it.
Yes, since one black piece has been removed from Ravnica, as it basically resides in your pouch. Now,
I have
if
a
it were
black
brought
piece?
to plane and then released,
No, he meant the white mana piece.
yeah, that one.
Oh.
Sorry.
He's just saying
Now-
that all of the Orzhov are now kind of becoming more inclined towards black mana, which is kind of not a great thing. So that will become a problem eventually. He's just saying it's a slow process, so...
But it does not matter if it's here in Ravnica or elsewhere. It's just the fact that it's left that region that is what's causing the decline.
Yes. Now, if it were taken to a different plane and unleashed, then it would begin to affect the surrounding areas to be more. Well, it depends on the attribute, but it would probably become more law abiding and orderly, such as what you experienced when you were under its influence directly. Well, that would be an extreme case, but slowly it would become as such.
It's supposed to make me law-abiding and orderly, and yet it made me steal something?
It was drawn to another powerful object of its color. It was basically taking that to strengthen its hold on you by basically cladding you in white before making you an avatar of it.
Think of it like the mana is kind of a sentient thing in a sense, and right now it has no body. Its body used to be the Nephilims. So in a sense, it kind of wants a body and voice again, as I'm essentially assuming what you're trying to explain and describe.
Yes, but to do that, it needed a stronger hold on it. So it picked up the greater artifact that was within its reach, which was pure white. Therefore, it would resonate with it and itself onto you to strengthen its hold. Granted, it didn't last regardless.
I have been working with Malt to make sure that I'm not subject to those possessions again.
Grand. Now, this occurred so suddenly because it is not your color. A color you are more aligned with will be gentler with you. You would have to use it, and then perhaps use it a touch frequently for such a possession to occur, unless there was other colors to fight the influence.
Essentially, what I'm hearing is that if we're going to have these things contained in even bags of holding or moving them off Ravnica, is that we can't be doing this for a long time. We're kind of on a table. We have time, but we can't just sit around doing nothing. We got to be very active.
Yes.
So it sounds like
You may have noticed that the Orzhov themselves are becoming less law-abiding and more vengeful. And he'll look over to Lute.
Lute is not here.
Lute better not be looked over to.
Sorry, he
No, pretend I'm not here.
That Lute left in.
Dun dun dun.
So yes, you could sort of balance this out by also taking a black piece. The color balance would be the same, but there would be a
guild
general weakening of mana in the Orzhov district entirely.
All right. Perhaps we could find a way to somehow kind of contain the... maybe we could find a way to kind of contain the mana piece inside of each area, but where we could have access to it easily, but others could not.
Kind of like our own temple that only we know about.
Exactly.
I would be okay with this.
Preferably something
So
that...
what you're saying is sudden and secret construction in each of the districts, you say?
Preferably somewhere underground that has no actual access besides teleportation type things.
I think that's essentially what happened with the other temples, but they literally got exploded into or dug into.
Unfortunately, there were clues as the pipes were deliberately built around them. That and they were placed at like the end of, well, so they created mana.
They created ley lines, but
They did.
That would take quite a while.
Yes, new ley lines.
The problem being is that Ravnica still has a lot of infrastructure pretty much everywhere. So avoiding the utilities and things like that, so it's not quite as much of a indication, is still a problem.
Except that we have Raylel here, who I believe could easily pull that off.
Actually, you can also probably falsify the utility documents.
Oh, no need to flatter. I can bend pipes like spaghetti. I can bend pipes. An evil grin is spreading across his face. Yes, yes. I'm being good, I promise. It's for the best. Don't worry about what I'm doing to your electrical lines. Don't.
Oh no.
Well then, Raylel, I need you to do this. And
Okay.
maybe
Wait,
work
wait.
with.
Should
maybe
I collect all the pieces first? No.
no.
But maybe.
No. I would rather get
Rank up.
permission as
Hold
much
the
as we
line.
can.
This hamlet shall not
Oh.
fall.
Okay.
Licorice Demon and Eyes raided my stream with 2 viewers.
Licorice Demon Anus Niece. Jeez. Thank you so much for that raid. Welcome on in. How are you? How was your stream? Would you like a regular shout out, or would you like a random clip from your channel brought up? All right, let's get that random clip brought up. Oh, Gunfire Reborn.
Bullseye.
Well, short, sweet, to the point. Thank you, though, so much for that raid. Welcome on in, everybody. I am Razim. We do variety gaming here. All manner of things, such as right now, we are doing Guild Tales Dungeons & Dragons. We have many more tabletop games throughout the week, as well as other games that we do, such as recently I've been doing Power Wash Simulator and Dwarf Fortress, to name a couple of them. No, everybody do share the love and go check out Licorice Demon and Niece. And, yeah, thank you all so much for coming on by. And, yeah, we'll get back into the game here.
Okay, guys, as much as I'd like... Sorry.
Yeah, I know. You're very tired. We'll be wrapping this up soon enough.
Yeah, I was saying, as much as I'd like to stay until the end, I think I may need to head to bed now, unless we're ending like right now, because it's 5:30 in the morning for me.
Yeah.
All right. How does everyone else feel? We've been going for almost 10 hours.
I can keep going. It's only 10 a.m.
I
I will
mean,
need coffee to continue.
If
I'm
you guys
good
want
to
to
keep
continue,
going. I just don't know what much more we could do.
You're
And-
right.
And let's face it, Lute has no more scenes left. There's no reason for me to be here.
Lute has fucked off yet again.
Don't worry. Graham will take Lute under his wing. The very
Please
dangerous wing.
He will make a wing to put Lute under.
Very, very dangerous wing that may not actually be in it.
Elemi is keeping Loop company right now.
Graham wants to help Lute, but again, Graham is fully prepared to be like, okay, Lute lied and tricked us again. He's gotta die now.
Yeah, it was all a trick to get 3 mana stones. That would be the ultimate. That would be just so perfect.
This is when Neon attempts this and just suddenly Rubikin on their neck. No.
Oh
Well,
my
remember
god, the
that-
Kraken has only just loaded in.
Well, remember that the Orzhov have gotten their white mana piece back, so they will be getting more balanced out. It's the Boros that have now lost that are now missing 1 white mana piece.
I don't know.
Yeah,
They've
that means
held it
they're
in
gonna
the- they've
probably
held it in the
become
pouch
more
of gold.
aggressive.
Oh
Because
no, that is not good.
yeah, that's why Nim was like, we need to kind of keep these pieces in their respective areas, but we also need to be like, okay, only we know where it's at.
You said putting it in the pouch was the same as taking it out of the plane, right?
Basically, yes.
And this fellow's had it in the pouch this entire time. So what changes?
That's why the Orzhov have been a little off.
You mean the
That's
The,
why he greets everyone with a
Boros?
punch.
The Boros.
No. the Orthov had only had 3 black mana pieces and 2 white mana pieces for a while now, until Lute brought it back to them.
Gukasa probably did the bag of holding things recently himself. So
Yeah,
he has
also, Bokasa will probably change how he's protecting them.
Yeah,
this
no.
knowledge.
Now that Raylel has basically given this information, he said like, "Oh fuck."
He's like, is that why my angry Bokasa discretionary fund has been using 10% more money?
Yes, because he has 2 white mana pieces on his body in different places, and 1 actually under the security of others. Because he says like, "You want these? Come and get them." But now he's thinking, wait.
Which means that the effects would probably happen far more pronounced and quickly.
Yeah. You know,
Why do you think he was so aggressive when he put his arm on the table and told Lute, "Come and get it"?
Again, that's not too out of character for Bokasa.
He is very red. I'll
yeah,
say that.
you know,
if he becomes even more harsh, he's just going to go berserk, which is what Element will be afraid of if he knew this information, but he hasn't heard this.
yeah, you know, we only need to have all the mana pieces at one point. We don't necessarily have to hold on to them. We could just have the guilds themselves hold on to them and then borrow them all when we have to use them.
Again,
Nim is going to
check
need
for who's
time.
trustworthy.
Nim is going to need time to train with them. And either way, we
and
still
if he trains
want
with
to.
them, he has to do it under the supervision of his allies, or at least one other party member.
And even then, there's like when it comes to the whole where to keep them, the fewer people that know where they are, the better.
Yeah, because we also got to try to hide at least one piece of each of the colors for the Nephilim, at least one, from even the guilds themselves, because they've all been infiltrated by Seekers, every single one of them.
Yeah.
Even us.
But with that, since I think the party basically has a plan on how they're gonna continue forward, I think I'm going to pass the hell out now.
Yeah.
Good night, Isn't.
Okay.
We'll call it here for now.
This was a good session, guys, but it is way past my bedtime. I am gonna
This
be.
was a very fun session.
Yeah.
I like the thought that for the last half.
I'm just really glad I got to stay for this entire session, but I do have to go to bed now that most of the very important things have been taken care of.
This was a pretty good session, I gotta say. I thought it would be much more awkward, but that it ended up being. This was awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I wanted to fix the problems. We now have a narrative, we have a goal, we have a list of things to do, we have allies, things have happened, the party is also more cohesive.
Yeah.
We also definitely are going to be dealing with a problem in the form of we still have problems. Just from that itself. we still very much have problems.
We still have problems, but we have fewer problems than we had.
Also, Rob, Wostein, and everyone, we need to be killing the Kraken tentacles.
What?
Oh, right.
Oh,
on the Stream Pirates.
Oh, okay. I was wondering what.
just came out of nowhere. Hey,
Yeah, I've killed half of my own forces trying to take on one of those flaming skeletons, so I'm a bit limited at the moment.
I don't think we're gonna win this one, but oh well.
Okay.
That
Good night.
I looked at
Good
that
night.
kraken. I was like, that in another universe, that kraken is friends with Nim. Big chef.
Thank you for the awesome session, guys. Good night.
Good night.
Night.
All
Oh, come on, let's
right,
find
now
a
we give
tentacle.
Raylo
That's one.
permission to make all of the entryways rat-sized, and we use polymorph teeth to get in and out. No?
No, they're not even gonna have that for entrances. Nim is just gonna teleport over there.
You need exact coordinates or you teleport into stone.
Well, he's gonna get them.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
That is the defense mechanism.
Yep.
I'm glad I finally got a chance to use Grey. I've
Now you will
been thinking
never
about
use it again.
Cyrus
So-
approves of Gray.
Back to the game here.
Koredan fed it to 2 other members of the group.
And Nim already feels their souls dying.
Celebratory dice roll.
Oh.
So, anyways. Back on track a bit. We, what's up?
It's a horrifying number of dice.
Oh my.
So, we've got,
How many dice
blah,
can I
blah, 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 blah.
Many dice. Oh my god, you can add so many dice. Oh, that's the limit.
So back to the whole thing of where to hide them. Raylo,
Yeah.
I would like you and Eileen to work together on these. Making these
Sounds
hiding
fine.
places.
I'll get right to work on it.
And Eileen, if you could let me, or show me where they are, once they are ready, so I can go place the pieces in.
Certainly.
Shall we be sure to?
If it helps, I could even theoretically design them to be about wolf size, so creatures larger than yourself would have, or perhaps attempting to stand upright would have great difficulty,
I like
even
this
if they did
idea.
acquire them somehow.
I like this idea.
I was too busy cackling. What's the idea?
They're going to be wolf-sized. So basically, literally only Nim is going to be able to get into them.
Oh. And silver.
And silver, yes.
Yeah, and silver.
Any creature smaller than a wolf.
No, that too.
Well,
It still eliminates a significant portion of the population.
yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
You'd want
even Koredan wouldn't be able to mangle himself into a small hole like that.
Wolves are medium sized.
Yes, but I meant height-wise.
Height-wise.
Like when they're actually standing up. It would be wolf-sized that way.
Well, I mean, it's just like potholing then. That's fine.
They'd still have to prepare it beforehand, which they probably won't. Any
I
security?
must admit, when you said wolf-sized, I immediately thought of like a flap door.
Raylel,
Yes.
you are really good with magic. Could you set it to an anti-magic zone to prevent normal magical means of teleporting in there?
Why, yes, I do believe I could intentionally trigger an anti-magic field. A permanent anti-magic field, intentionally. Leaving might be a problem, but if I set it up with a delay, that might just do it.
Well, with that, planeswalking should still be able to function even with that.
Yes, that's correct. I just
So-
won't be able to check them all.
You won't be able to what?
I won't be able to go and check on them afterwards.
Set them with a way that like maybe I can have them tied to my fangs. The energy of my fangs. So if I need to destroy the field, I can do so.
I can probably work with this.
I mean, they're tied to, their energy comes from a deity that doesn't exist in this plane, so that should be, that nobody should have access to anything blessed by Saloon here, so.
Come to my office later. We're going to be experimenting.
Just please don't rip off my head again.
Not unless you get more brain slugs.
Okay.
Leads in close. Do you have brain slugs?
No.
Okay, you're fine then.
Rob?
Dare I even ask?
That would have been one of the things that Nim did fill you in on.
Okay, good.
Like I said, we went through everything.
Okay, good.
Nim was
called my
holding
name, hello?
nothing back. Yes, I was wondering why you've got a swashbuckler destroying trees for some reason.
I can't reach anything else. That's my only unit. That is my sole surviving unit. Everything else is dead. Why are you looking at my swashbuckler killing?
I'm the captain. I'm supposed to be looking at this stuff and keeping track of what's going on.
There's nothing else to hit. Look at where the chests are.
Well, throw
There's
your
a couple of
units
chests
away
left
because
in the
I'd
middle of the
rather
lava, but we can't reach them.
I'd rather be able to,
But
start a new
someone else
battle.
is cutting down trees as well.
Yeah, because you're there cutting down
Yeah,
trees.
a big sandbag.
I got this.
They were cutting down trees along the Razim. Cut down more trees.
Just for those watching this later, I'm gonna bring this up on stream.
This chest will be mine.
I can't reach. I only have this one unit left.
Yes, this is my last
Everything
unit as
el-
well.
Everything else perished next to yours. I think my gravestone's next to yours. We both died fighting the same tentacle and flamey skull. I'm going to go somewhere else and cut down trees.
All right, well, I believe that's everything then. Right?
Yeah. I just think Koredan's just been idly crunching on
what?
Salad and
Okay.
it was. And whatever it was. Was it grated grey? Vinegar. No, that was it, vinegar. Oh, you've raided straight away. Okay.
Wow, I almost got the chest.
That was a quick raid. Unless
Wait, what?
unless I fucking clicked on. Never mind. I clicked on something when I was trying to move my mouse the other way. I've come back again. There we go. I clicked on something. I thought you'd raided really, really quickly.
You mean raided another channel? I'm still live.
Yeah. No, don't worry. I'm stupid. I clicked on another channel by mistake.
Oh. Okay.
I was like, that was weird. And then I didn't see a raid message. I was like, wait, Wostein. Yes, Wostein.
What is he doing?
Wostein is following my swashbuckler around, helping me chop down trees.
Seriously, can we just wrap this one up so I can start a new raid?
Well, is there anyone else left alive? Because there was the other guy going around. Yeah, big sandbag is still going around. Oh,
What's that owl beaten to death by lava rock?
By lava rock? How did you manage that?
Well,
Did they deal damage?
Oh yeah, the lava rock hurts.
I didn't know
put
that.
your unit on it.
I've not touched one of those before.
Did the game end?
No.
No, we're still going.
Oh no,
We're still here to the last. And unfortunately, you can't move units until they have nothing to attack or the timer expires.
Oh no, I think do you mean is the stream pirates going or is the D&D session going? Because the D&D session has fizzled and ended.
No, the D&D session has not fizzled and ended.
Not
Oh,
just
it hasn't. Never mind.
Giving attention to this.
Oh, that's right.
We've gotten distracted.
As we often do.
Thank you, Cyrus.
Do you have any plans from here, Digi? Considering the 4 that are still here.
I do not.
Okay. In that case, why doesn't Nim go over to... Like, it's not ideal that they get left out, but Nim could go to Raylel's office now.
He could do that, yes.
And we can at least get that out of the way without too many people being left out, unless you just want to gloss over that and not do anything with it, which is fine if you do.
What are we up to?
It could probably take the rest of the day, and I am starting to develop a headache, unfortunately.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and end here then.
Yes, please.
Oh yeah, standing on the lava hurts.
Yes, that is generally what lava does.
You also don't swing your weapon or deal damage. You're too busy burning slowly to death.
All right, everybody. Thank you all so much for joining us today for Guild Tales Dungeons and Dragons. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Twitter, Patreon, and more. There on the website, as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, donators, and subscribers. It is because of your support that we're able to continue bringing these streams to you all. I really cannot do this without your guys' help and support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It is one of the best ways to support the channel. though you can also do so by simply sharing the stream around, as well as picking up card packs through Stream Lutes. And of course, while I'm live earlier in the day, you can also send me treats through TreatStream. But for now, thank you all so much for joining, and I bid you the most fondest adieu.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Farewell.